folks, we're back. It's time. It's 1:30. That means it's time for Age of Sigmar Dutch Grand Tournament. Tabletop Alliance round 2.
It's time to duel!
Yeah, it's time to duel. Play your last pathetic card, Yugi. I saw that one episode. I immediately dropped it. It was so ridiculous. For the people at home with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, so he loses his grandpa or something, and he needs to go save his grandpa. So I'm like, okay, so Yugi goes to save his. Ja, that's one. Dankjewel. Ja. Alleen, is dit punt aangesloten? Okay.
We're just having to fix some stream issues because we got
folks,
a cable
sorry,
from
we have a little ad hoc. Say something amusing.
We got from the manager. We got a internet cable, so hopefully the connection will be better than the last game, where we dropped off sometimes. And we are gonna see a Khorne list with Archeon versus the Seraphon. We'll just go into the list at the moment. They're just talking about how everything works in their army, so to explain everything that's going on right now. And we're just waiting to see what's going on and what will happen on this table. We will be playing Total Commitment. You score 3 points if you get your opponent's objective. And we'll see what will bring that. There's not anything special about this one. It's kind of a forward rule. Get more points than your opponent and you're done. You don't get anything for battle line or for monsters or heroes. Yeah.
Hold on.
No, I have it open here, but you're gonna get it on stream.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the mission called?
Total Commitment.
This is the profession.
That's the one we just played, and we're gonna get the other one on the screen so you can see how everything is deployed.
Right?
Yeah, this is the one. So yeah, you see the objectives are kind of at the side of the tables on 6 inches of the edge. So it will be quite a defensive way to go, because everything is in the back line. So if you just set your units there and wait, it will probably end up in a draw, so secondaries will be important. We made a mistake in the first game.
Did we?
Yeah, if you win the major victory, you get 16 points. And if you get both your objectives, you get 2 more. And if your opponent doesn't get him, you get also 2 more. So if you're 20-0, that means you won the battle plan and you get both your objectives and denied those one of your opponents.
I see.
So that's one mistake we made, but yeah,
Okay.
can happen.
Yeah. Hey, you live and you learn, right?
Exactly. Now it's just waiting to see what will happen in this match. I think they're both good opponents. They won quite a lot, so it's the winners of the game. And we will see what will happen at this match. Let me get the list for you guys, just to see what we have on the table. What I will do is also get my notations out for everything, so we can just walk through them. Let me get this one right. So there we go, and we have Paul.
All right, you're getting a list. So hey everybody, hey Titanico, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hey Cypher, let's go. Khorne says, and here's Yap Yahoo, our moderator and overlord from Hong Kong, chiming in as well. Yo. Hey everybody, welcome to the chat. How is everybody doing? You see, we have a nice little group. Taking a look here as well. We've got another viewer. We got Ben S. We've got Heroes Everywhere. Braver, hey, how you doing? Commander Root. Got Rozak, Grandar. All right. Okay, that's fine. Cruel still here, chilling out. Yannical, Wild Timo. Wild Timo appears. Yeah. Excellent. I hope everybody's doing well and feeling excited for this second round. We've got Khorne versus the Seraphon. We already have some dice being thrown, by the way, so it's going very quickly. We already went through the mission, right?
Yeah, we went through the mission.
Right, so let's just put it on top here. We'll talk about the lists a little bit whilst the boys here are deploying.
So we get the deployment. We see the objectives really large on the screen, so that's easy to see. And we were starting with the Seraphon list. Of course, it's bringing Croak. Because what is the Seraphon list without Croak?
Yeah, that's true.
Um, uh, with a new model, so that's really looking good. He did a nice way of painting that. Um, and we'll see that Croak will be accomplished while the banner that's still really good, giving him 6 extra inches on all his spells,
Mm-hmm.
and just being annoying. And
Yep.
then he has 5 Cyrus guards with him for extra protection, so he
Yeah,
doesn't die.
that's a new thing, right? Protect
Mm.
Croak,
Yeah, but
absorb
still,
wounds.
still with the other old list, you saw this already
Yeah.
because of all the shooting that was going on with the overlords,
Yeah.
and now joining the luminets shooting. Croak can be killed, and then it's really hard.
Mm.
If you do 3 wounds to Croak, he could die. Cause
He might croak.
yeah. Wow. No, what you do is you throw 3 dice, and add the dice and add the wounds. And if it's above 20, he is killed. So if you
Yeah.
do 3 wounds
Yeah.
and then roll 3 6s, he is dead.
Yes.
So that's why the Saurus Guard
Dead
is
as a
there to
cucumber.
protect him. Um, then we see a skink priest.
Mm-hmm.
Just basically every skink needs one.
Yep.
Just to buff them up a little bit.
Yep.
And then we see an engine of the gods that will be getting some extra summoning points and
Yeah,
some
I
extra
heard.
buffs.
I heard that the engines weren't particularly
Mm.
interesting, but apparently, so they are.
You could get some summoning points of them. It's basically how you throw. You throw some dice and then you get a special effect on it. That
You throw some dice,
it could
some
be
stuff
good.
happens.
Yeah, you have different buffs.
Yeah.
So if you roll a particular value, you get extra buffs.
Yeah.
And then we have
Oh.
a
Yeah. Go on.
Skink Priest on Troglodon. That one is quite interesting. It can heal itself, and it's also a way for Croak to cast his spells through, just like the spell portal.
Really?
So he can be a big nuke if you get him into your enemy. Then we see 30 skinks for battle line with the daggers and star buckler, so there won't be any shooting this one.
Excellent.
And then we see 2 Bastillodons, so the 1+ saves. That's really hard to kill now.
Mm.
They're just annoying. They do some damage, but they're mostly. I have a 1+ save when you don't damage me. Good
Yeah,
luck with
that's
that one.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's very,
mm,
very hard to kill if you don't have like
mm,
any moral wound output.
exactly. And then we see some.
But then I feel
Um,
like you shouldn't be in a tournament if you don't have moral wound output.
mm,
Is that a kind of fair to say?
Yeah, at the moment it is because you have all those things were all rendable save. You got the items in the deepkin were really annoying with the turtle getting an extra plus save.
Mm.
Plus in cover in the first round, you get +2, getting up to a 2+ save,
Yeah.
which is unrendable, so that's really hard. We see some skinks putting down now, and then we have 3 different endless spells. We see the Burning Head,
Oh yeah.
that's quite an interesting one. It can damage you, but it also gives you reroll hit rolls of 1. So that can be good, but it can also be a disadvantage if they just kill 3 skinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Isn't the burning
mm,
head also a sort of anti wizard?
mm. No, no, not really. It's
Is that
just
which one am I
that's
thinking of?
the ball one.
Oh, I
The,
see.
you don't see that a lot. That's against spells and endless spells, but
Okay.
you don't really see that much because you have Croak just denying everything
Oh
all around
yeah.
the table.
Croak,
So
croak. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think.
Another one of those nice interactive
Mm,
models.
mm.
Okay.
And then they're all bound spells, so they can only be controlled by a player who has a Seraphon army.
Yeah.
I heard there was some discussion. I have some Seraphon models at home, so I have a Seraphon army. But the thing that's ruled out,
Oh.
you need to play the army exactly instead of
Mm.
having the army.
Mm.
So hopefully that clears up. But it the intended rule is you play the army, you get to move it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Then we have the Shards of Valagar. That's from the Forbidden Power book, so
Mm-hmm.
you don't see them really a lot, and they are quite good. Let me get that one.
The
Uh,
shards of Falagar.
mm, I,
Yeah, that doesn't really ring a
mm.
bell to me.
No, it's in a box set where only there are some spells really good. Launch on the Soul Seeker, so you can use the boat to get to the other side.
Yeah.
There was the Pendulum, which could give you a lot of command points, but also like nothing.
Yeah.
And there were only 2 factions, and we saw Legion of Grief
Yeah.
come out of that book. I
Yeah.
think that one was really good.
Yeah. The
Um,
Legion of Grief was probably the
mm,
best
yeah,
thing to come out of there. Yeah.
and the Stormcast was kind of meh. You,
Yep.
you couldn't get really anything. I
Mm.
bought the set and I loaned the book out, and now I got it back since in the third edition we won't be seeing Legion of Grief anymore.
Okay.
I think it's sad for the Night Hunt because the basic rules aren't that great.
No, the
Um,
basic Night Hunt aren't super. They're not great.
no, we saw them lose the first game against Ignas playing the Seraphon at the moment.
Yeah.
I think it was 90 to 1, but I'm not sure about that one.
Mm. Mm.
Let me get the shards.
Yeah.
Um, At the start of the movement phase, draw a straight line between the closest part of the base and the two models from the end of the spell. I don't see it on the table right now. It's on the terrain on the left hand corner. It's not the actual model, but it's closer to the Seraphon.
Okay.
Each unit across the line and is unshared. Health move characteristic of the unit that's ensnared. In addition, -1 to hit. So that can be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of the battle round, you can move one. You can remove one and set it up again, so you get some range with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're not playing in the realm of death, so that isn't buffed.
Mm-hmm.
And then some with the bound gits, bound gemins of Ulgu.
Yeah.
So the light one and the darker one. I think if I see it correctly, it the one is slightly darker. It's on the top left,
Mm-hmm.
and the one from light and dark, both have different effects. They can't be affected both.
Oh,
So the one gives -1 attack, and the other one gives a -1 to hit,
excellent.
and do the 3 damage. But when they first came out, they could do both on the unit.
All right. Excellent.
Mm. So
Yeah,
mm,
the Geminids
mm,
are always I
mm,
think one of the best ones because they
mm,
give
mm,
buffs
mm,
and debuffs and
mm.
also do mortal wounds, so it's pretty solid.
And then they're annoying because you need to move around them,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you can block some movement,
yeah, exactly.
especially with Archon's base.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that could actually be a thing. Yeah,
that's really
because Arkel's big
annoying.
and bad, but he's really big
Mm,
as well, which means you can block him off from certain
mm,
areas. Especially this board. This board has
mm.
a good amount of scenery.
And
So
a lot of big scenery, not like
yeah,
the small
so it's
tree,
not
but
super
mm,
easy for him to move around. Speaking of
mm.
Arkle, let's take a look actually
Let's take a look
at that list. This list is called the Last Blood.
it's a core list, so we will see Archon getting buffed.
Hmm.
He can pile in twice,
Yeah.
so that's really annoying getting him 2 times in combat.
Is that because he's in his Khorne detachment
It's
and he can
because of
pile
the
in
Khorne.
twice? Oh,
Mm.
oof. Oh,
So that's quite a rough one.
sounds like
Um,
not something you want to see.
mm. No, that's
Not unless
quite
you are.
unless you're
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
him, of
yeah.
course.
Unless you're playing the list.
Um, and then we see, of course, the other things. We got some doing the games things on Archeon, +2 bravery for chaos models, -2 on the enemy,
Hmm.
with bravery 10 of the Seraphon. I think they still have that. It's
Yeah.
based on a legion. I don't know which one it is,
Hmm.
but they quite high bravery. And with 10 kings, it's not that interesting.
Yeah.
Um, Still, you can know with Archeon, if I'm correct, you can see which
Yeah. Exactly. You can see who
who
gets the
gets the
next turn.
second
Yeah.
turn first, and
Yeah,
that's
because
a
he rolls a die and it's secret.
it's a secret die.
Yeah.
So that one is quite
But
good.
actually, he can choose to keep that result or
Mm.
whether he wants to roll for it, right?
I'm not sure. I think you can just roll and know which one goes first in the second
Yeah,
turn.
see, that's actually a very
Mm.
powerful, informative ability.
Yeah, so you can
Because
know if you get double turned.
yeah,
Um,
so but if you're gonna play defensively, for instance,
mm.
probably your opponent guesses that
Yeah, but still, it's
you know
in this mission, playing defensively is you only can lose if your opponent gets yours.
it's true. Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
it's true.
one's really hard. So
Mm. All right,
there
then he
will be
has
some
a
mind games
yeah,
going on.
for sure. Then he has a slaughter priest.
Yeah, that.
It's actually his general because
Mm.
Arkon is a special character because so he made
Why
the
would
other character. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
there are some named characters that need it to be the general to get some buffs,
Yeah.
but Arkham doesn't need it, so
No.
why would you make
So
him?
he's a mage eater, so
Mm.
probably he does something with the spelling.
Yeah, he's also got the endless spells. Now it's I don't know how they're called, but they're prayers, so they can be denied.
Yeah.
With the burning heads, they will also deny some
Mm.
casting and be
Excellent.
annoying.
Yeah.
Against Croak, that's quite nice to have. Um,
Yeah, it needs to get
mm,
in range though. Is the thing I think because the -2 to
mm,
cast is
mm.
probably within what 12-inch range or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But still,
And
if you
Croak's in
can
the way
use
back.
the other ones,
Yeah. But, I'm not like it should
it's
it could be very good if it gets in
mhm.
range, but I'm curious to see if it's going to get in range because usually what you'll see is that Croak is
And
somewhere
it
behind
doesn't.
something
Yeah,
in
but
the way back.
still Archeon can cast it, I think, because
Okay, can cast it, but
But
it
I'm
needs
not
to be
sure if
close
he's a
enough.
priest though. 'Cause
Yeah.
that might be if
Because
he.
I believe that, right, the Seraphon list has the priest
Mm.
on the thing
On the
on
Troglodyte.
on the Troglodon, which acts as a conduit for the
Yeah, but
spells.
doesn't count as being the knight.
He isn't casting because
No.
Croak
Cro-
counts as casting.
yeah.
So Croak channels it through, and then with
Um.
all things that ensue. All right, so Battleline, 15 Chaos Warriors, and duplicate that once over. So 30 Chaos Warriors with the shields running around with a 4 up save rerollable, which can get to a 3 up save.
Yeah.
A bird whispered in my ear. And, turns out 3 up saves are pretty good.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can be really good.
So,
I don't see a lot of rent in the opponent's army.
other
Not
than
no,
the
yeah,
Stegodons.
yeah, the shooting, but
Yeah.
still the skinks. It's not really gonna change that much, I
Mm,
think.
it's true.
Um, then we have 10 Blood Reavers just for battle line, 70 points, really cheap,
Yep.
and can just be annoying. Then we have 9 Untamed Beasts, which are really, I think that's the pre-game move once.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a lot of lists where Chaos using that at the moment.
Yeah.
Let me see, is that correct? Yeah, no, a unit can run and charge in the same thing. In addition, the after unit setup before the first battle round, it can be moved 6 inches. So you can have a pre-game move.
Yeah.
So just going on to get a little bit movement before anything happens, just to block anything that might come his way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Excellent,
Mm,
excellent. So, then moving on from that is 10 Blood Reavers. Well,
mm,
these are just
mm,
the Blood
mm,
Reavers. I mean, there's nothing
mm,
special
mm,
not
mm,
to say about Blood
mm.
Reavers, I don't think. And
Yeah,
we've got
and then we got 2 war shrines, and the
yeah,
interesting part about that one is they can use Khorne prayers, but they also can use all of the prayers they get from the war scroll
ooh,
on Archeon, because Archeon has all 4 keywords.
I see. So they're buffing
Mm.
Archeon.
Yeah,
Mm.
uh, so you can have a Slanesh buff in a Khorne army or change buff in a Khorne army, but only on Archeon and
Yeah,
not on
only
the
on
other ones
Archeon.
because they are all marked
So
Khorne.
what are the buffs they give out
I
on?
think it's re-rolling saves is one,
Mm-hmm.
and they got some beefiness from everything. So you have the basic 4 gods and the slaves
Yeah.
buff you can use.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check which
Yeah.
one those are. Yeah, you got the normal ones within 18 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Favor of Khorne reroll charge rolls for the unit until your next hero phase.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, if the unit has the Khorne keyword, you can reroll hit rolls of attacks made with melee weapons until the next
Yeah.
hero
Yeah.
phase. Change gives you real save rolls that target the unit.
Mm-hmm.
So not even failed ones, but
No.
all. So if you use rent, normally you can't reroll them. Now you can.
Mm-hmm.
And if it has a change keyword until your next hero phase, each time a unit is affected by a spell, you
Mm-hmm.
can ignore it on the far plus. I think Archeon already has that with his armor. Um, but it's still nice to have.
Yeah.
It's just an extra bonus you get for free. Now you have Nurgle, that's real wound rolls,
Okay.
and +1 to save. So what can happen is
Mm.
that you can reroll all your saves, +1 save, and reroll your wound rolls if you use
Oh
the
wow.
Nurgle
Yeah.
and the Khorne.
Oh wow.
Um,
So
but you,
basically, he gets buffed
yeah.
to the high heavens, and then
Yeah.
he sends him in
Mm,
and lets him fight twice. So he makes a double
mm,
move
mm,
with the
mm,
with that, I think it's a blood tithe ability.
yeah.
So he needs 3 blood tithe.
Mm,
And
mm.
Arkham makes a double move. He slams him in probably somewhere, and then he fights twice and stuff like that with lot of buffs.
Yeah.
That
So.
yeah, that's a very big anvil
Mm,
of her hammer root unit rather. Well, that's pretty good. All right, it also
mm.
has 9 untamed beasts, as it were.
Yeah, those are the unit that can make a pre-game move of 6 inch and run in charge.
Oh, okay.
Um,
What are they like? Chaos Warriors as well, or some like?
yeah, they're from the Warcry set, so it's just a Chaos Warband,
Oh, I see.
which are on the slaves card because we see a Slanesh player using them,
Mhm.
and just using them to be a little annoying. They're not that they're quite cheap,
Mhm.
and you have that extra movement, so you can shield off your own units when you get uh, versus a army that charges your first turn.
Oh, excellent. He's got some endless
Mm,
spells as
mm.
well. He's got the Hex, Gorgeous Skulls. Did we talk about that yet?
Yeah, those are the anti-magic things.
Ah, right, yes. And then the Bleeding
The
Icon.
Bleak Icon,
Yeah. And then, yes, the Judgments,
the
as
Judgment.
they players are remarking, the
Mm,
undispellable judgments.
mm,
For
mm.
truly you are judged.
Yeah, and then we have
Nothing may stop it.
the Bleeding Icon.
Yeah.
After this model has moved, each unit and any model that passed across each other unit within one of the end of its surface update or mortal wounds.
All right, so it's a mortal wound output. Yeah.
If a unit fails a battle structure test within 3 of that unit, you add D3 mortal wounds.
Okay.
Not D3 mortal wounds, but 3 extra walk away from that.
All right.
And then we got the skulls. Um, Make a move it on battlefield. When you move your judgment, you can move 8 and fly.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be within 6 of each other, otherwise the move isn't valid.
Sweet.
So I think we won't see that happening. Then you have a -2 to cast when while the wizard is within 12 of or any of the skulls. So you see the skulls deploying 6 out of each other and then 12 inch around it.
Mm-hmm.
And if the casting is an unmodified 8, the casting roll is not successful,
Mm-hmm.
and the wizard doesn't know the spell anymore.
Okay, that could be an interesting one.
Um, and then it also will get d6 mortal wounds, because if you roll an 8 on your casting, it can be really hard and
You have to roll
judgmental.
exactly an 8,
Yeah, the number of Khorne.
like a unmodified roll of 8.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
so
Yeah.
modification don't count that, because that
Yeah.
was
No.
a really easy
Exactly.
counter.
All right. 8, 5 and 3,
Mm.
6 and 2,
Yeah,
4 and 4.
it's quite common,
Ah,
but
yeah, that's reasonably common. All right,
mm.
excellent. Well, there's lots of potential for cool counterplays then, and
Yeah, I think it's quite an interesting matchup, having a magic heavy army versus Khorne who doesn't like any magic but has Archeon we can cast.
yeah.
Um, but that is the matchup. We see the units deployed now. We see quite an aggressive take on the bottom of the Khorne,
Yep.
just moving up to 6 inch. Um, but also the skinks are nice on the line,
Yeah.
so they will be about 18 inch apart of each other.
Yeah, I think he's gonna just screen
Mm.
everything out with layers of skinks.
Yeah, but that's the problem with it. If corners can be quite fast and charge,
Mm-hmm.
um, if you don't sit on the edge of your uh,
Deployment zone.
no, the objective marker.
Yeah.
That was a hard one.
Yeah.
Um,
Took a lot. Took a
yeah.
lot. Yeah.
No, then it can charge, and if you have enough
Yeah, it's
units,
true. You have to protect your. You have to protect your. Now I'm
mm,
having
mm,
trouble with it.
yeah,
You
your
have to
objective.
protect your objective markers.
Yeah, and as we can
Yeah.
see by the terrain, the bottom one of corn is quite
Is right on the edge.
yeah,
Yes.
but
So exactly.
that's right on the edge and it's quite open. But the
Yes.
other one in the middle for corn is
Yes.
quite defensively behind the building, so you need to move over that. And on the other side, there's a realm shaper, so you
Oh.
have a really tiny edge to go through if you want to claim that objective. So, zoning the left side of it makes it interesting
Mm.
to see what will happen.
Mm.
I think this one will be really relevant to the secondaries, because this matchup is quite easily a 12-12 one, or a
Mm.
10-10,
Yeah.
because there's no way. Um, it's really hard to get your opponent's objective, because there's not like an objective which is random or you can take easy control of, but it's in the opponent's deployment zone far away, and
Yeah.
you need to really get there.
Yeah.
And I think these players will, of course, try that to win that, because they're at the top now,
Hmm.
and they still want to win this.
Yeah,
Mm,
for sure. Also,
mm,
what I wanted to comment on is, yeah, we're playing in the realm of command,
yeah.
which means that every piece of
Mm.
scenery is overgrown,
So shooting is gonna be
quite
quite interesting.
limited, except that
Uh,
it won't work on what flying monsters or
uh, I,
anything with fly.
yeah, against fly and with fly, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. So
Mm,
your Archon
mm,
isn't protected by any of the overgrown
mm.
stuff. Pretty much the rest is of both players.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or does Croak fly?
I'm not sure since his new war scroll. He's sitting on a throne, but
Yeah, it's a floaty throne.
I don't see we will see any shooting of him. Korn doesn't
No,
have any shooting,
no,
so I
exactly.
don't that
No,
would be an issue with
that will
it.
be very relevant.
So we're just gonna see what happens
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
We're just waiting for now for the players to
Yeah,
set it
so
up.
they're now deploying. You can already see
Mm,
some stuff going down. You can see Chaos is pretty much loading
mm.
up the left flank a lot. So we've got Archon. Should I?
No, Archon
No,
isn't on the
not
table
yet.
yet.
Yet
We
it's a
just see
shrine.
two war shrines.
Two
We
war
see the
shrines.
untamed beast and some reavers, and I think a block of chaos
Yeah.
warriors. I'm not sure if the chaos block on the right side of the
I think those have been
isn't
deployed.
set up yet.
Yeah, I think those have been
Mm.
deployed. I
It's,
mean, if they start moving around, then maybe not. But
yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything going on right there. but it's still interesting to see a realm shaper in the middle of the Khorne's deployment zone. That's
Yeah, he's probably look the way the units deployed is behind a piece of scenery, so you can't see them. They're still on the objective with a few, so that's probably just a unit of warriors. Reliable saves, just holding down the objective. It's going to be hard to shift 15 warriors. With those rerollable saves.
exactly with those war shrines on it. Good luck with that. Because we don't see a lot of bodies for the Seraphon. Of course, they can summon some,
Yeah, not enough, I don't
but
think.
that's only 10 skinks.
Yeah, 10 kings aren't going to take away an
Mm,
objective from 10. Oh, well, I mean,
mm,
if they get on the objective.
mm,
And then
mm,
outside of combat range, then they might, because the
mm.
war shrines don't count as they just count as
This is
one
one
model,
model.
right? Yeah,
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 everything counts as one
yeah,
model. Even Archeon is one model.
yeah, which is weird to me,
Yeah,
but
that will change.
that will change for the better. I agree.
They
Yep.
already did that with the ogre book. I think that was a good change. So ogre have so many wounds they count as two,
Yeah.
and the big guys count as 10. It's the same with the Sons of Behemoth.
Mm.
The big ones just count as I think 20, and in some alliance it's 35.
Mhm.
Then you have 35 models, and you need to kill that one or swarm it.
Mhm.
But swarming is the hardest part to do then.
Yep. So yeah, for sure. Mhm. Eén vraag. Ah, right. Nee, hij geeft geen internet, dus volgens mij is hij aangesloten. 33. Kijk maar. Yep. All right. We've got the mechanical man coming to help us out, guys. Mechanical man. Hey, Ridus. Greetings from Amersfoort, he says.
Yeah, that's Jimmy.
Oh, it's Jimmy. It's good old Jim. Damn it, Jim. We don't have the power. Dankjewel.
Yeah, I need to work today. I still found it funny. I'm not sure how long it was ago. I think it's 2019. He was playing a doubles, and he was wearing a yellow shirt with a blue pants, just like minions with his teammate.
Great.
So there were just like two minions screaming and yelling through the whole. Uh,
Minions. Remember the bike?
yeah, just laughing around in the hall, and I was like, "What are those guys doing?"
They're being minions, man.
So there
Okay,
you see
here comes
Arkin
Archeon, by the
coming
way.
down. Croak is already down on the objective on the
Yeah,
left hand side.
yeah. Crook's floating
Um,
around with his five Saurus buds.
yeah, just need protection,
His
just to
personal
be
bodyguard.
safe.
You should convert them, give them black suits and shades, with earplugs, like the personal bodyguard. Crook the VIP. We've got the two
Mm.
Segedons on the right side of the board, on the right
Mm.
objective.
Yeah, but it's just really gonna be rough to
Yeah,
get there.
those guys are pretty powerful against anything
Mm.
that's demon. I believe for example, I think the shrines are a demon, and maybe
No,
for sure Archon's a demon.
I don't think Arkin is a demon.
Yes, he is.
Is it demon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's gonna be damage 3.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
rough.
yeah. So actually, I heard
But still, with all
the
the buffs.
Seraphon player talking about, because I overheard a conversation. I was eavesdropping in the during lunchtime. He was talking about there is about a 70% chance to just snipe out Archon if he gets the first round.
Yeah, but I think it's a really hard matchup. Paul won against the Stormcast list, the one drop list, and he wasn't convinced he would gonna win that because it has so many shots
Yeah,
that it can just kill off him.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's hard.
I mean, this list has less shots than the Stormcast Shootcast list, but I mean, those Segedons are still, they have a decent amount of 9 shots each, right? And they can fire both twice with some CP. Yeah, -2, I believe, or -1 or 2, and then damage 3 against, damage 2 and then
Mm.
damage 3 against anything that's a daemon.
Yeah, it's just a big anvil in the middle
Yeah,
of your army
yeah,
because
and
you
then
know he's gonna go for it because that's his only really punch to go. He can also set it on objective and be quite distancing, but then you have to move all the Chaos Warriors in, and I don't think they pack enough punch to get everything off an objective to claim that one.
yeah, no,
Mm.
no, that's not gonna happen.
Also, I
Uh,
think that's why the secondaries will be really interesting to see if that maybe shifts some sides up.
yeah,
That could be really the
If they're
difference.
both going to just go for a tight game and then try and win on the secondaries,
Mm.
yeah.
I think it's I think that's a valid tactic. 'Cause yeah, this one is really hard if you don't have many bodies or have enough bodies to go to the other side. Because yeah, Skinks versus Chaos Warriors, the Skinks will be wiped out. But then if the Chaos Warriors go to the other objective, they have Skinks, they will be shot at. They have the engine, they have Croak. So it's really about the movement phase, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, damage will be done, but if you make one incorrect move, you'll get Archeon in your face,
Mm-hmm.
um, or a Troglodon, which then casts everything and you will be dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
So down goes the
mm,
Troglodon on the front
mm,
lines, ready to be the conduit.
mm, mm. And now it's just waiting to see what will happen. Have every time we have 3 hours, 2.5 almost now. But still, I think it's fine enough if you just play. We will see an awesome game again.
Mm.
The other games are all going on their way. Some are still deploying and really chilling down.
Yeah.
And I think there was some shifting around.
Yeah, so we had a
Um,
pairing, and then apparently some one pairing or
mm,
one submission of scores from last round
mm,
wasn't entered incorrectly by the players, and so we had to
mm,
do um, a new pairing. So there was a little shifting around, gnashing of teeth, as a new
mm,
pairing was made, and people were now paired against. Uh,
mm.
some were paired against a new, another player.
Yeah, so everybody was during lunch was looking at the list and what to do, and some people
Yeah.
just got a different approach.
Yep.
Um, so people need to rethink their strategies and see what happens.
Yep.
Um,
Right, this is
mm,
saying awesome matchup. We agree. This is an awesome
mm,
matchup. It's a bit in favor of
mm,
the Seraphon, is my opinion.
mm,
But
uh,
definitely
mm,
Khorne
mm.
and
I think Khorne can
has some
win it
tricks
since the players are not
where
here.
if Seraphon isn't careful, um,
Mm,
Khorne's gonna do some real big damage, right? So
yeah.
it's definitely not
Mm,
the game set match
mm,
from the get go,
mm,
but I think it's a little bit in
mm.
favor of the Seraphon. I think it's a big thing. Who gets to go first? I think it's a big issue here as well.
Yeah, but I don't think we see anything interesting in the first round. Arkan is deployed way in the back,
Yeah,
and
yeah, he's trying to outrange
the Bastillodons.
draw them closer to the front lines,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, but still, if he gets, I think for defensively, Seraphon is better, but getting the win, I think Archeon will do a lot more for you, because you can't really send in your army with your Skinks and your Troglodon, because then they will get killed, and then you get counterpunch.
Mm.
So I think it will be a game about the secondaries and who doesn't make any mistakes.
Yeah, yeah, that could
Mm,
very well be. Speaking of secondaries, let me ask
mm,
our corn player
mm,
um, if he already decided on his secondaries.
mm. Yeah, they're
Oh,
talking
there
about
we
it
go.
now to
Speaking
to
of the
see
devil.
what will happen. So they're going to let them know. Um, just waiting to see what they will decide.
Oh, I have to, by the way, remind them of a few things. Hold on, I'll
Mm.
get the secondaries.
Yeah, sure. Mm.
I had a pen,
And it's gone.
but it's gone.
It's- but yeah, stuff happens like that. So they're just writing everything down, just on a nice score sheet to see what will be happening for the secondaries. I don't know what they used the last turn, but I think we will see everything. Stefan is just talking with them now, just to see, getting some things straight up for the stream, using what is going on. Making sure we use the good dice that we can see everything nice and we can commentate on it very good and know what's going on. I think that was the setup, seeing the warriors on the right corner, standing a bit defensively, not claiming the objectives that could get Paul into trouble, but we just have to see what happens. I think Paul was firstly done, so the Chaos Warrior list, the Khorne list, and we will see what will be happening this afternoon. Um, so we have 14 tables currently going on, so 28 players in the Van der Valk Hotel in Schiphol. So I hope everybody who's listening can join in a tournament when everything is fine again to travel, and we have a lot of fun at these tourneys. Um, so they're just discussing anything. I don't know who will go first, but I think Paul is the one who will decide that. So you got secondaries.
Yeah, I'm back. And I got secondaries. I got
So
seconds.
let me.
So the Seraphon picked territorial and debate.
Yeah, debate. We're talking about that last game. You sacrifice a unit to die, and then you score a point. Seems a bit cruel sometimes, but that's just how the game works. And territorial is, I thought, the also one we saw last game. Let me get the Let me get those on the screen for you so I can see what they are and tell you about that one. Let me get that one. It's always searching for the good ones. My mouse broke down, so I have to do everything with my touchpad on my laptop, and I don't like that.
Yes, nobody
So
likes
it
that.
takes a little longer. This it is. So half an hour on the way, and just starting with turn one. Here, territorial, right?
Yeah, so territorial
Mm,
and debate.
mm. Yeah, you must pick one objective on the battlefield. You complete the auxiliary objective. You control that objective at the end of 2 consecutive battle rounds. Yeah, that's really easy one to get in this one, since it's really hard to lose both of your objectives. So probably he will score that, and he will probably let one of his kink units die, if I may guess,
Yes.
because they're skinks and they're quite easily be killed.
Yep.
There we see
We've got a
the
handshake going on.
no, the elbow touch.
The elbow touch,
So
exactly.
yeah, I think Paul will go, but I'm not sure about that. But we will see in a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we got the others.
Yeah, for sure. For maybe
Mm,
the turn roll offs.
mm.
Yeah.
So I think he's running for a CP
Yeah.
now to
So.
get the extra ones. I think it's on a 4 plus.
Yep.
So he get 3 extra. Just having way too much.
That's already 3 extra CPs.
Let me look which secondaries. We see
Yeah. So
pillage.
for Khorne, we've got Prey of the Week. Prey of the Week.
Prey of the week, I think, is killing one of the monsters,
Yeah.
but
Prey.
if all of the battle line units, all the battle line
Yeah. So
units,
he's going for the skinks basically. And then he's got
basically.
Pillage, which is the center portal
Mm.
uh, a piece of terrain. They marked it with a big black die.
That one.
So that's the target for Pillage. So it's turn one. By the way, we're off into
Mm.
turn one.
Mm.
Off and away we go with Seraphon turn one. So he won the roll off.
Mm. No, he can choose, or Paul could choose. I think. You think he has less drops. Um,
Oh
so
right, there's no roll off.
no, there's no roll. If you do a
That's
roll off
right.
to
Yeah,
set up a
yeah,
unit and decide territory, but now we just see. I think Paul
yeah.
gave away the turn, getting potentially double turn, just to see what
Oh yeah.
happens.
So Paul. Yeah. So good point. So Paul finished the point first.
Since he has less units, I think.
Yeah, and gave the
Um,
turn away to the Seraphon.
yeah.
Exactly. So
Mm.
maybe hoping for a double turn. Yeah, or
So
um,
they're gonna start, and we're just waiting. Nah, something failed. I don't know what it was, but sure.
no.
It's quite hard to hear because everybody is making noise now.
So he's
But
going to cast the Burning Head.
the burning head, that is a 12, I think. So that will be set up.
Yep. So off the Burning Head goes.
Within 3, then moving 9. So that's basically a 12-inch move from the Troglodyte.
Yep.
Um, so that we'll see, and just measuring everything just to be sure everything is okay. We saw Croak set up, I think, within range of the bottom units, just barely, just to make sure he can get something done.
Mm-hmm.
Always gentle to help your opponent measuring stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Work together a little bit, right? The game
Mm.
goes quicker.
And just make it easier.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna move and charge and you know that, just measure it beforehand and then, oh, I move 8.
Yeah.
I was on 14. I have a 6 in charge. You never have any disagreements with your opponent, and you get a friendly matchup.
Yep. For sure.
And we're just seeing everything going on now. I think he's just casting some spells, see what will work to get everything down.
Yeah, he's
Um,
having a little think.
yeah, but I think you need that because you got so many spells with easy casting. Uh, so yeah, he got a 7 on his roll and plus
Yeah,
4
so
on
Croak
Croak.
gets a mighty +4 to cast anything he does.
Yeah, your character has an artifact which ignores it on a 2 plus, so that's always good to have, especially versus Croak, because
Yeah, for sure.
otherwise it's really hard.
So this is call down, right? Or what's it called? The meteor
Yeah, the
storm,
Croak
or
meteor
yeah,
thing.
the Croak
Mm.
NATO. Oh, it's the Geminids. Oh no, wait, sorry. This is the extra move from
I
the
think you
wall.
forgot the Untamed move,
Yeah, the
yeah.
untamed move. Yeah.
So the pre-game move you can do, just moving up 6 inches, not anything entering Aston, so Ignis um, allowed Paul to move it,
Yeah.
even if he forgot. So there's just a nice gesture to see. Yeah, it does. If you do it in the second turn, and you forgot it, but nothing really interesting happened on movement wise.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's always good to see some gentleman's agreements. So
So there's another spell being cast by Croak. It's a very low roll.
yeah, but it got +4, goes
I
off on
don't,
a
but I
7.
don't think Paul has any dispelling.
Yeah, he has an artifact which can deny it.
Okay.
Um,
So it's the Geminids being cast.
yeah, just being annoying.
Yep. So basically now it acts like a little wall.
Yeah, it doesn't have to do anything, but at the start of the next battle round, it will nicely move and be annoying.
Yep.
Because I think you need to be within 3 of them to get the effect and do that.
Yep.
We
So
see them
now
moving now,
they actually make a
and now
move.
they're within range.
So that's
Mm. So we see them just getting on the untamed beast, which after the pre-game move, no, switching them around.
switching them around.
It's always hard which one is which. Because if you paint it a totally different way, it looks really weird.
So it's D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, I think that effect can be cast both times, but I'm not sure about that one. But I don't know that. And the players probably think it's just one effect, so
You mean
we'll go with that.
only one D3 for the Geminids? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you can't get two D3 with them.
yeah. I think you can, but you can't get a minus on the same unit.
Okay, I see.
That was fact because it was too overpowered. Oh, you have a nice unit which buffed up. Not anymore. Mm. Oh, Croak's gonna cast again on a 5. Becomes a 9, I
Yep, that's
think.
an it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but he has to roll. Tackless just says, yeah, it's going off.
Yeah, but it's
It's
plus
going off.
four.
Yeah, true, true.
Yeah, it does have to roll. Yeah, that's true.
Uh, but let's see what's going on. Somebody's getting called in the room.
Yep.
I was a little distracted. But we will see what's going on. So the TO is just getting the secondaries. We already got them. Haha, we were
Yep.
faster
Yeah, for sure.
from everyone, so nobody can use the same ones again on the tournament, so that everything is safe. Just not looking. Oh, I've got an army
I
list.
tried to deny it. Didn't succeed.
I think Arkin can deny because he's a caster.
Yeah, you can deny one spell, I think.
Not a real save rolls of one, so Mystic Shield.
Yep.
Uh, not a great
Deny.
roll, but
No, but
still,
still a
the
9.
casting makes it way too good. It he got a little bit changed with the old one, so not many players had a lot of experience using the new Croak. Um, but yeah, we will see if they do anything that will be really weird. I don't think so. I don't think he has many new tricks, but just some different tricks.
Yep.
And
Looks like we're going into the movement phase.
yeah, Croak is finally done with his
Yeah,
casting.
he's finally done. He's done.
So now we
It's enough
see
for now.
a little bit of movement going forward just to get in range to shoot.
Yeah, so those guys have what, 24-inch range?
I think it's 24, but if you look at the tape measure, there's a red marker, and I think that's 24.
Hmm.
Judging by the size of it, about half the table. So I think it's 24.
Yep.
Just seeing what he can get in range to shoot at the next turn. I don't think he can do anything much more in the next turn. In this turn,
No.
because you don't want to charge. I think the corn guys.
Nah.
Also, him getting extra points by dying, that wouldn't be
He's gonna
really
move
good.
extra. Oh, the Skinks are just gonna run him. Okay.
Yeah, there's kings. That's probably the bait.
The Skinks are so insanely fast.
Yeah, now they need to pay a command point to retreat because first they just had it on the war scroll.
Ah,
That
yeah.
was really good. Um, and you can just ally with some of the factions. You had like 60 points for 10 skinks, and you just charge them and then start with them and then retreat away just to get the extra movement to get into objectives. Now you need a command point, but yeah, Croak already got so much extra command points at the start of the turn.
Yeah.
I don't think that will be an issue.
Yeah, so Croak just rolls 3 dice and every 4 up is an
Mm,
extra command point.
More command point is more better.
Yep.
So we just see some movement going around, just Paul patiently waiting for his turn. Um, and we'll hope we see an interesting game instead of this is my bunker, this is yours, and we're just gonna play it out and we're gonna drink beer in the
Yeah,
bar.
I don't think.
I don't think that's what they want,
No,
but
I don't think Khorne's gonna do that. I think Khorne's gonna be overcome with the rage, and I think he's gonna try and make something happen.
yeah, I think because of the secondary, the big terrain piece in the middle,
Yeah.
um, that is what he is protecting. Because if he gets in range, um, you, if it gets wholly within opponent, you need an objective wholly in your opponent's territory. If you have a friendly unit with more than 5 wounds within 3 of the feature, you score that point. So protecting that one, making sure it's not free to get, will deny some points on that one, and then that's one secondary already, which is really hard to add.
So, so Darwining coming in the chat asking what flavor of Fangs of Sotek versus
Mm,
Khorne Slaughter host we got today. Well,
mm,
it's it's exactly
mm.
as you say.
Yeah, but for
It is.
Thunder Lizard, he's not really moving really fast.
That's true. He's less fast. He's Thunderlist, so and he is
Mm,
coalesced. So he
mm.
he's got the -1 damage going on the entire list.
You see the engine of the gods moving in.
Yeah, he's looking for some trouble. It
Yeah,
appears.
I think he's just creating a choke point right there to get to that objective, just make it harder. With the
Yeah,
Troglondon now behind
blocking it
it.
off. He's blocking it off.
Yeah, so good luck coming there, because you can't fit your base from Archean
Croak
in.
floating around.
Yeah, you can't fit it in. So that will be an issue if Paul decides to go to that objective. Still, the other one in the top is less defended, um, but we'll see what happens there. Mm, I think that is the end of the turn.
Yeah, seems to be. He's marking it
Um,
down. He's got an entire sheet over there, just marking down each phase. I think he's got a little reminder cheat sheet. He's got so
yeah,
much
but
stuff going on.
yeah, it's fine. You can just clearly see, also for your opponent, um, to see what happened in that turn.
Hmm.
So just get the information. You don't forget anything. You know the points that were scored in the turn. So you never
Yep.
have in like turn 5. Yeah, but did you really get 3 points in turn 3? No, you won't have any discussion. Just getting that out there,
Yeah.
and you can fill it in.
Hmm.
Um,
Yep. Keep it simple.
yeah, we see him picking up some extra models. I
Yeah.
think there are Sour's Warriors. By the looks of it, I'm not sure if he's gonna summon them or what he's gonna do
Yeah.
with
There's
that.
definitely a summon coming in. Maybe some skinks,
Mm.
some warriors.
I think then he crossed his summoning points off, which he got.
Yeah. 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 It's the unit of what 10 warriors or so.
It looks like 10, yeah.
I think he's creating extra layers of screening here.
Yeah, just to be really defensive and
Yeah.
just having it all. Um, more models on an objective is always better because you need to kill them all to be there. Mm,
Yep. He's really
mm,
loading up that side of the objective.
mm. Yeah, yeah. I think that's a smart thing to do, but to move from auction to the other line is 36 inches, and that's quite a lot. He needs to kill everything that's there to score the objective. So that is really gonna be a challenge, which you might see Paul try to do.
Hmm.
Um, but is just now waiting for some shooting. So there goes some shooting.
Yep.
Think it's in the untamed piece.
This
Yeah.
is the acid spit from the Troglodyne. Oh,
Mm,
picking off one of those untamed.
Just getting some extra saves. So that's one more. I think they started with 9 and then now 4 left.
Yep.
Just standing there. I think that was also the plan of Fall. Just to get some extra shots on that unit, block the movement of your enemy so it doesn't come to you so easily. And also, if the unit dies, he gets a point for it. So that's always nice to have a score. You don't see him on the table, but I know for a fact it was on the table a few minutes ago.
Mm.
He has a bloodthirster with him,
Yep.
just to be sure.
Yep. 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 Yep.
And I think that's always good to have if you don't know which opportunity you get or what you need to be there. But just having a bloodthirster in your pack, if you can summon him, it's always good.
Yep. All right. Here goes the first ticket on firing off. All right. He's
Um,
firing into the
I think that are the uh,
some
mm,
warriors, right? Oh no,
the Reavers.
the
I
reavers. Yeah.
think if I see it correctly, because the unit on the left is the Reaver unit, and the unit on the right is one of the Chaos unit warriors. And he's just gonna
So
shoot
not going
now.
for Archon, trying to snipe him off turn one on the board.
I think it's too far away.
Yep. So he got zoned out for that.
Yeah, but that's what you need to do, because otherwise, if you can get shot with it,
Yeah.
he will die, and then you have a problem. So
Yeah.
there go the reavers. That's another
Yeah.
point for summoning.
And a blood tide.
Yeah, exactly, summoning point.
Oh yeah. So that's what you meant. Yeah.
It's blood tied, but
Yeah. Yeah.
you can summon all kind of things and get extra bonuses and that kind of shenanigans. Then we see the other
So
one
he's
going
going
to
for the
shoot.
three stragglers,
Yeah,
remainders of the untamed.
just to get him out of the way. Um, I think
That's
that
a full
will
spread
be
of hits.
successful, just by the looks of it.
So it looks like 5 wounds.
Yeah, they don't have any save against it, so
Nope. And there we go. That's all she wrote for those guys. So at
hmm.
least so some chaff being deleted off the board. E marks down to blood tithe points.
Yeah, but
And
that's what happens in first turns.
that's probably shooting done.
I don't think any
I don't think he's gonna have any charges. He's got nothing in range.
no, and even if it's in range, why would you charge now?
No, there's no
You
absolutely no
know
reason to
Khorne's
get
gonna
in
come
there.
to
Yeah,
you,
no, no.
and you don't have enough damage to kill anything. Your shooting and your magic is the main source of
So
damage.
for scoring, then he scores 2 points.
Yeah,
Just the two.
he's still measuring anything. I think he might shoot something, but there
I'm
won't
just
be
gonna
any really difference. He will
yeah.
score his two
I'm gonna go
points.
ahead and mark down 2 points for the Seraphon. They've got the top center objective and the left. He's paying his CP to shoot again, I think. No, he's not. By the way.
Yeah, just waiting, calculating, and seeing what will happen now. Don't know what he is rolling now, but it looks like there will be anything. A shot could come off the
Yeah, there's
engine of
something
the
going
god.
on.
I think the engine of the gods might be, but I'm not sure about that one.
Some mortal was being done to the slaughter priest, I think it is. So yeah, that's probably a mortal. Yeah, the mortal
Hmm.
wound ability from the engine. Just once per turn, D3 mortal wounds. Yeah, pinging away.
On the slaughter piece, not getting any buffs.
No.
So if that dies, it's always good.
Yep. So turn goes over.
Just measuring some things with a nice 9-inch markers, just to see everything that will happen. We see the war shrine getting removed just for the range. to see if he can. I think he wants to dispel them because they're
Yeah,
just
he's
in the
gonna
way.
try to expel the Geminids from.
Just measuring if they're within range, but I don't think they make it.
So he needs to be within range of Archon.
Yeah,
But isn't it a 30-inch range, the spell range then?
I'm not sure though. He was measuring 18,
Yeah.
so we see the praise going off now with
So
the
+1
rerolls.
save, going down on Archon, I'm assuming.
I think it will be Arcan, so the change flavor.
Yeah.
Um,
So many flavors.
yeah, Arcan is all kind of flavor, so you can just buff everything you want. And I think that's one of the great powers of this list that you have diversity in what you need. Uh, so we see the nice armies here now setting up, all beautiful painted.
Yep. There's some
Uh,
nice looking armies on the board here.
mm,
It's always,
mm,
I gotta say, usually at these events, all the armies are pretty, pretty well painted.
mm.
We've already seen some beautiful converted armies, like last games.
The Realm Lords.
Realm Lords were beautifully converted. The Daughters of Cain were painted up nicely as well. Makes for pretty enjoyable games to watch. It's not very fun to watch a bunch of plastic that has been painted move around the table. Not that we allow that, but Um, but this looks really
Mm,
nice. The bases over
mm.
here. It's got a nice jungle theme going on.
I think it's always good to see somebody having a well painted army.
Yep.
Not everybody's the best painter, but making the effort to do it,
Yeah, that's what
I think
counts,
that's
right?
really
Yeah, that's what
cool.
counts. And you can get a long way nowadays. You've got a lot of paints that are very user friendly. So you don't need to be a pro painter to actually have a beautiful army. Hey, Husky13, how you doing, bud? Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good day. All right,
Mm.
we're seeing a sacrifice going on.
Yeah, I will remove some models, and I think you get blood tide for a
Yeah,
blood
so
tide
he wants
point for
blood type
them.
points. So he goes up to probably at least 3.
The unit of
All kinds
untamed
of.
beast gives him one because they're dead, and the other unit of reavers are dead, so that's 2 points at least. And I think we get the other one too for the sacrifice, so he's up to 3. So that will
Yeah,
go down
yeah.
nicely. Let me get the list
Thanks,
of it.
SK. I am doing good. I mean, we're streaming Age of Sigmar all day. This is our first day of the Age of Sigmar Dutch Grand Tournament here over at the Tabletop Alliance. We're doing 3 games today. This is the
Mm.
second game, so you're joining in for the second one. Tomorrow we're doing 2 games. We already had a great game on stream. This is shaping up to be a great game to watch as well. So what's not to love? We're doing excellent.
Let me get the blood tie table on
Yeah.
the screen.
So here comes the.
Um,
Is that the axe? No, wait. He doesn't have the axe. So
that's the icon doing the
that's the
mortal
icon,
wounds.
right? So
Um,
that one goes down, but this isn't an endless spell. This is an endless prayer,
yeah, so
as it were.
it can be denied. It
No,
just go up.
can be denied, can be taken over, right? Crow can actually, or Seraphon in general, can actually gain control of enemy predatories, right?
No, they can do anything about it.
Okay. No, not to the prayer, but like predatory spells they can
Yeah,
take over, right?
spells
Yeah.
they can.
Yeah.
If they go second in the turn, but Paul can also with his core army take control of the Gamins, uh, just to be annoying. Because if you go second,
Hmm.
um, but I no, because it's bound ones. The bound ones can only be done by the
Yes.
Seraphon
Oh yeah,
player.
so that's the Seraphon ability.
Yeah.
Every endless spell they have are bound to them. Normally they would
Mm.
be non-bound or unbound, and then so an enemy player can gain control of their movement if they're going second. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go first, you can't move it, but you can move the second one if there are more on the table.
Mm.
And we see now he should have 3 points, um, but I don't think we will see that one going out yet. He's got for 1 point has the option um, to receive a command point. I don't think he wants that. He already got his 1 command point from the turn, so that's not really interesting.
Nah.
He got the Spell Eater Curse.
Yep.
What he can do is unbind spell all across the table, and he's always always denied. Even if Croak has rolled a 12 and get a +4 to 16, it will be denied.
Mm.
He can now use Murderlust. That means pick one friendly Khorne unit. That unit can make a normal move. If it's within 12 of an enemy model, it can either make a normal move or a charge. So
So look,
that's
here
why.
comes the actual movement phase move of
Mm.
Archon. So the last move he did was within the hero phase, which is
Yeah.
the Blood Tide
Mm.
ability. So he got 2 Blood Tides from killed units in his opponent's turn,
Mm.
and now he did the
Mm.
sacrifice ability, I believe, for extra Blood Tide, right? So getting at least 3, which he uses for Archon to
Mm.
move in. So we're gonna see an Archon charge
So he's now on
going
3
off to
inch.
the Stegadon. Hope maybe he's trying to actually charge along the left, side of the
Mm.
Stegadon and then move on into the warriors over there. The big blob of lots of lizard stuff
Mm.
that's going on over there.
Into the big blob.
Mhm.
They're just getting a TO now to see what's happening. They
Oh,
might
okay.
have
We've
a
got a
really
little.
quite discussion about the move of Archeon, I think. So that's one of the
Right.
rules
So
in the
it's
rules
it's a
pack.
question of whether you can stand on the terrain. So the terrain that Arkon's currently standing on has a layer. You can't actually stand on the first floor, so to speak. You
Yeah,
can
but
actually stand on the base of it.
that's the point of discussion. In the rules pack says everything more than 3 inches, I think. That's higher than 3 inches. You can't stand on it to make it invulnerable. But I think the base plate should be fine for that one. I don't think that's an issue. Otherwise, the other ones at the top on the left of the objective is the same issue because the spikes are higher, but the base plate isn't.
Yep.
And I think they count as a forest, if I'm saying correctly.
So Arkon
Uh,
can stand there, as it were.
yeah. So he's just standing on there. That's fine because it's a base
So,
plate.
hey, Archer Gaming, thanks for joining in the stream, buddy. How you doing, by the way? So
Mm.
Archon moves twice. This is a corn list, buddy. So this means this list can gather blood tide points, and actually there's an ability for 3 blood tide points to make a unit move twice, or
Now
at
to
least,
move 12 within the start of the arrow
yeah,
phase.
move 12 inches within the start of hero phase. So basically, 2 units were destroyed in the opponent's Seraphon turn. So he gained 2 blood tides. Okay, so yeah. All right, so we already answered your question.
Mm. Mm.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it moves 14.
Huh?
We won't. The core player is just making sure we won't
Yeah, he's
miss the
going.
combat
He's
phase
going. So
because
the
he will be going in with the big man himself.
yeah. So yeah. So the core player is saying, be sure not to miss the combat phase. To the folks at home, it's gonna be big. He's gonna go beast mode. +1 to hit. Rerolling hit to wound. Attacking twice. And he's currently on a 2+save rerollable. So
Mm.
yes.
So he probably gets the engine
So
of the gods down,
yeah, yeah,
and then might get the Troglodyte or the Skinks.
yeah.
Ish. He is just saying now, if I fuck up, it can happen,
Yeah.
but I've tried my best to do
If he
put
screws up,
everything in it, and I think that's the way to go as a core player. It's,
yeah, I think it's all or nothing with yeah, you gotta have this violent all or nothing mentality when you're playing corn. Throw it all to the wind and charge in headlong.
yeah, but it's the same as playing with orcs. You have to
Yeah,
go in. You can't wait. No,
that's the
you've
brutes
got to
though.
go in.
That's the brutes. They are brutal.
Mm.
And then we've got the new swampy boys, the cruel boys. They
The
are cunning.
Yeah,
They're all about the cunning part.
they're so different than everything
Yeah,
from
and
orcs
here
we
he
have
goes.
seen
So
in
he
the
rolled
Warhammer
in. He rolled his
universe.
charge. He rolled a 9. Looks like.
Mm.
So yeah, yeah. In goes Arky.
So he can still make a power move
Yeah,
for 3 inches
yeah.
and then can attack
So he's probably
again.
really going to murderize that Stegalodon. Stegadon.
Yeah,
The Triceratops.
I think we'll get the engine and then we'll go towards the objective. Because if he then gets the double thorn, he might even be able to get Croak off the table. But he needs any luck with it, of course. Um, but they're now discussing how the engine works and what is going on right there.
Okay.
Mm.
All right, so Seraphon player saying he's got an ability. He can pick a unit with less than 5 models and increase its save by 1. I think that's a
Mm.
CP ability probably.
I think so, but he
That's a
has
ability
enough
trait.
to use them.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's spending 1, and he's giving the Stegodon a 3-up save, rerolling 1s now. Because he's got Mystic Shield
Mm.
cast on it as well.
Yeah, but
In goes
still,
Archon,
the
by the way.
base is so big that
So
if
this is it, boys. Here we go.
I don't know where he's
Archon.
gonna attack, but
Archeon is going to attack. Let's see how he's going to divide up his attacks.
so that's the charge phase over and see what will be going on now.
This is going to be juicy, by the way.
It can be really
This is
juicy,
gonna
but
be
if you
juicy.
if he
Let's
whiffs,
get juicy.
then
I'm a little thirsty, Mike. Let's get a little juicy.
he might have an issue if it's just standing there and then everything will focus down next round on the Archeon.
Yeah, but he's got a 2-up rerollable save.
Yeah, true, but still, doesn't mean you will stay alive.
All
If you get the big lasers on him, it will hurt.
right, we've got 4 saves being forced on the. I think it's the Stegodon. So he's got a 5-up save, rerolling 1s. He rolls a couple of 1s though. Oh,
I think it's just one getting through, but
yep, 2 damage. Yep. So that's a tough lizard. So first round,
not a lot of wounds, but
no.
still can be
He
really
rolled a lot of
annoying.
-2 saves, so 5-ups again. I mean, this Stegodon is a tough cookie if you think about it. 3-up save rerolling. So he rolls 1,
Yep.
and he negates 1 of the damage. So it's D3. So it's just the 1 damage. I
He's
think
just being
I
annoying in
don't,
his
I don't
face.
think I
Doesn't
don't
get
think
the kill
Archon's
yet.
going to do as much damage as the Khorne player thinks he was going to do.
No, I don't think it. I think he might get the kill, but it's harder than he thinks it will. But yeah, that's always the question to see what happens and how the buffs are divided
All
to
right,
be in range.
no rents, so 2 3-ups, rerolling 1s.
No.
That's 2 3-ups. No problem.
Yeah, if you're safe, it's always nice. But
All
that's
right, so
another
here he
attack going
goes.
on.
I think this is the second round of attacks, right?
Think it is. I don't know the profiles of Archeon. Let me check that one.
So 4 more. So rinse and repeat. 4 saves being forced. He says 2 though. He's saving quite a lot. Okay. Oh, this is actually on the Troglodon. Okay.
Yeah, so we have the big man with the Slayer of Kings, of course. If you bring that 6 to 6s on that one, it will just kill.
Yeah, it's true.
The wound roll, sorry.
Yeah.
2 6s, the enemy hero is slain. Yeah, the big
All
sword.
right. So the Seraphon player can pick a unit to fight back with, and it looks like he's gonna go for the
Yeah, I think
Lizardman.
this was the first round because he
Yeah.
used the Slayer of Kings,
Yeah.
then the claws are quite okay, but not a lot of attacks. Then the 2d6 attacks off the tail, and then the 3 heads attacking also. And I think they will now fight back, and then he can activate him again as he pleases.
Hmm.
So we're just waiting to see what will happen now. And we see Paul rolling again. I think this is the
Yeah.
Slayer of
Yeah. This
Kings.
is the second round of Slayer of Kings.
So that's 3 going through,
Yeah.
not the double 6s versus the arrows.
Yeah. So 5-ups, rolling 1s again.
Hmm.
Oh, he's rolling a lot of saves.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's rolling a lot of saves.
just getting 1 through, that's not enough. But yeah, if you just roll a 6, nothing will die.
Hmm.
And those is 1, but a reroll.
So
So
now
getting
this is
to,
another 2 damage weapon. So that's 2d3 rather. So
oh,
it's
that's 5.
5 -2s. So it's 3 damage.
So that
And he's
was
dead.
the
Okay. So
engine taking off the table
yeah, the
now.
engine has been brought low. It did take all of his attacks though, but I don't think that's a real issue.
I think it took two
Yeah.
combat rounds.
Yeah.
So that could be really devastating. This might not be enough for Archeon to get through everything.
No, he's not gonna get through everything.
No, everything what's there isn't that great, and he will pull through, but it doesn't. He has to be in range, and the skinks are quite blocking it, so he won't be going to croak next turn if he gets the double.
All right, that's a
That's
skink
just
dead. Yeah, that's
one
skink.
dead skink.
Yeah, it's the lashing attacks from the mount.
Yeah, just 2d6 attack, so you can just have enough.
So, all right, let's see if they can maybe do the cheeky wound on Archon.
Yeah, I think the skinks won't do anything. What?
No,
With a 2 plus
I know. Two
rerollings.
plus are rollable. It's you need to get lucky. You need to do a lucky wound that he rolls a one up into a one up.
Skinks are good, but not in this way.
No, they don't
You
have a
see
Ren.
the
So
Troglodyte
yeah,
piling it now with the priest on it. He also got some wounds, looks like. I think Archeon
yeah, he
also
got a
hit him.
few wounds through on the Troglodon.
Yeah, so he didn't focus down the engine completely.
No, he divided up his attacks a little bit.
So I think he needed to get his sixes rerolled
Mm.
because of Archeon. Not sure where that's coming from, but that's also some field says. So I think Archeon will get some wounds
No,
down now.
it actually takes a cheeky wound. Yeah.
I just discussing the Fangs of Sotek artifact right now on the table. Let me see if I can get that one on the screen.
So one more wound, safe to a six. So no problem.
That's another one. And I don't see the.
All right. Now we got some Saurus warriors moving
That's
in.
the Fusel of
Let's see if they
Conclusion.
can do a cheeky wound.
Yeah, I think Arkin can heal himself, so that isn't that big of an issue, though.
No.
But we'll see what's happening right there. But if you are in the chat and have any questions or want to make
Yeah. Or maybe give us a shout out. Let us know how you're doing. We love to hear from the people in the chat. Tell me how you're doing. Which team are you on? Are you on Team Seraphon? Are you on Team Khorne? You want Archon to plow through the entire Lizardman list, just make a giant
Mm,
Lizardman shish kebab,
mm.
and you want the Seraphon to hold the evil tide that is chaos, with their mighty magics and Croak just slamming down arcane bolt after arcane bolt
Yeah, I
and
must say
meteors and comets.
I'm more of a fan of Khorne, but I
I think
think
I'm
this is a really hard matchup.
I'm also a little bit in favor of Khorne. Yeah, I don't like the Stegodons. I played against them a lot. I don't like him.
I just don't like the frog.
I think the new Croak model is amazing.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's way better than the old one, but
wow.
I don't have any feeling with him.
You don't have feelings for the Croak?
No. I don't know if he's still in chat. Ridus, he has a conversion of it, and he has a squig on top of the throne instead of croak,
Hmm.
like the Loom
I think
Boss
we're already in
model.
turn two, by the way.
Uh,
Yeah,
I think they will.
almost. So he's got 2 points as well.
Yeah, nothing really
So I am
interesting
going to
happened.
go ahead and just note that down. So we're about to have a roll off for the second turn. Yep, we're going to roll off for the round. Here we go. 2 for 8 chaos. A 5.
For the Seraphon.
Seraphon's taking the second turn. And away we go, guys.
Mm.
Into turn two.
So already in turn two now. So we're a little more on an hour on the way.
Yep.
And they're going into turn two now.
Look at
With
this. Archon in plain view, beating down on the lizard man.
yeah, I love the Archeon model. It's so dynamic. It's so when it came out, it was so before its time, way
Yeah.
too good. And just having the Lord of Change on it, um, the great and
Yeah, the
clean
mouse
one on
wheel.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good model. I
Yeah.
think if you don't magnetize its wings, it's an hell to move around.
Yeah,
But
he's a really big model, so transport-wise, he might be a bit of a pickle. Um, but he's a really imposing model, right? It's just fun to move him around. You know, he is imposing. He does lots of damage. He's hard to take down, and everything on the model screams, screams that as well. So he's just a big, imposing bully. So we've got the bounce spells moving around now.
yeah, just moving them around
Yeah.
to get some extra movement and damage on them. But yeah, I think if Arkin got to double turn, he could have done a lot of damage. So I think
Yeah.
it's wise to pick the turn for himself.
Yeah. I think that was the obvious choice. Because now, oh, so he's farming more command points.
You need more command points.
Yeah, with Seraphon, you never have enough command points.
With every army, you never have enough.
No.
Just you can use them to get the all out attack, all out defense, buying of battle shock phases, and just using them generally. It's always nice getting a 6-inch range if you have enough command points, just making your life easier.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what Croak does. Sitting there and waiting. I think we'll see is the Croak spell will be cast on the Troglodon just to get in range of Archean, just to get those mortal wounds down. Of course, he can deny them and ignore them, but still, if it goes through, everyone is a 1.
Yep.
And that would chip him this down to the end. Um, and I don't think he can retreat and charge with that model, because otherwise Croak would be dead next turn. But I don't think he can do that.
Nah, I don't believe so either.
Because that would be really good. We see just Archon going in, the rest of them chilling at the back and waiting. But we see the same happening on the other side, just waiting to see what will happen. I think Seraphon will play a little bit aggressive now, just because he knows where Archean is
Yeah.
and
Yeah, he
where
knows
he's
where he's
stuck.
committed him. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have some more room to move around on the table. Maybe try to get an extra objective just to win the advantage. But yeah, it's a really hard game now.
Well, if he's going to play a defensive game, he's going to have to bring down Archeon then, because it's the model threatening his objective.
Yeah, but I don't think it's an issue on that objective at the moment because there are so many models and he
That's
will be
true.
able
So he
to.
might be able to just hold them off for a turn.
Yeah, if he doesn't, he needs to kill everything on the objective because it still counts as one model.
Yeah.
So Croak is still there. Yeah, Croak could die easily, but could also, if you roll 3 1s, you need to do 17 wounds in
Yeah.
it with him.
Yeah, it's true.
So good luck with that.
We could contest it if it's him and Krog left. He's at least contesting it.
Yeah, but what I think what will happen is that there will just be units summoned on the table.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're even now. Here you have 5 kings or 10 kings summoned back on the table.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one. And then you need to kill them again. Yeah, but that takes a turn and you can kill Croak. And if you kill Croak and another 10 guys, you still don't have the objective.
So he's decided to actually put his firepower into the Chaos Warrior squad, or is this the Geminids doing the damage?
I think the Geminids are already done because they were moved and then they do the
All
damage.
right. Yeah. So
So
this is actually the first of the Stegodons firing into the Chaos Warrior. So he
I,
brought down
I
what four?
think this might be
Four?
some spells though, because I didn't
We're still
see.
in this spell.
Yeah, I haven't
Hammer
seen any movement
That's true.
happening on the field, so I think just will be doing some spells now. Because I would expect that some things might have moved before that.
All right. You're right. He's going to dispel the Geminids. He's probably going to recast them.
Yeah, it costs you an extra spell, but I don't think that's the issue. Because if you do cast them again, they can do mortal wounds again, and
Yeah,
now
you can.
it will be cast from the Troglodon, so you have more range. And then they will do
Yeah, D3
another
mortal.
D3 mortal wounds, and that just pokes the Chaos Warriors down. Um, and we won't be in any big zoning.
I don't know. Ask a judge if you're not sure.
They're now discussing that the endless spell needs to be dispelled at
I
the
believe it.
start of the start of the hero phase. I'm not sure about that. I think that is the rule, but they're just
I'm
asking
not
a
sure
TO
either.
now.
But we're gonna get a judge.
So
Look at
Judge
him.
is now coming in to
Judge
clear that up for the players.
He's coming in.
So I think it was the start of the
So
phase,
he can't actually
so
dispel
he
the
can't
gem
dispel it
itself.
because he was too late with that one. And those are the tiny mistakes which might cost you the game, but
Mm.
that is something we need to see because it's D3 mortal wounds and it can be a lot in a battle shock
It
phase.
adds up.
It could be two models. It could be the difference between a unit running away and staying on the table.
Yep.
But that's just being on your A game at the GT. Um, those mistakes on rules can happen. We're still human, but we'll see what it counts towards for the game. I think he's casting now a lot.
Yeah, call. Comments call.
Yeah, just doing
So
mortal
you
wounds.
can do 4 units.
Yeah, and we just
Alright,
see
so
him now
he's
on.
comments calling on the units on the objective. So here we go. First unit takes one more wound. So there's the Slaughter Priest.
Yeah, I think the slaughter piece is one of the bones within the army that gives you a lot of advantage. So if he
Yeah, but
falls, it can be
he has a
annoying.
2 up ignore spell effect, so he doesn't.
Yeah, that's the whole problem with Khorne. You can't do anything against magic. Just ignore it and try to get the icons on the table to see what it will do. Um, but mortal wounds are always hard to counter because you can't deny them yourself. You're just really angry at spells. So if any cost, you just get more angry. So they have some chance to deny that, but we will still, with Croak, see some spells
You're
going through.
right. This comments called on. A
Mm.
couple of more wounds here and there, popping up.
Yeah, we don't see any models really dying or getting a lot of damage, just
No,
some
but
chip damage on it.
it's gonna add up, right? If he keeps raining down on them, it's gonna add up. At some point, this guy probably might start killing off some characters.
Yeah, if he gets the Star Priest, that will change the pace of the game.
Yeah.
Um, just then he won't get any of his models, and then we'll just see what happens. I think Paul has he has killed the engine, so that gives him at least one blood tide point. So if he wants to move again, he needs two more. Probably a unit will die this turn by the looks of it. If those kings stay in combat, I think they will fall down because they just haven't that good of a save.
No, Archon's got to slice through their
Mm.
armor.
Yeah, so what we could see is a retreat move from the skinks. They don't have a lot of room, but they have a lot of movement to do that. Um, the Troglodon might be staying, but could also retreat and just
Looks like
see.
the Turglon's getting a reroll ones on saves.
Yeah,
Mystic Shield.
I think then he will stay in combat just to lock him down.
I don't know.
They just ask the spell of the realm.
We don't know.
I don't have any
We don't
clue.
know whatever spell of realms. I'm not a wizard. I'm not from Jamon. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and he couldn't cast his support opponent because he plays Khorne. What does
Yeah.
he know about
Yeah,
spells?
yeah. You don't ask your Khorne player like what the spell is. Khorne
Mm.
doesn't know. Khorne cares not.
No, just walking to the
Khorne
realm
cares not
rules.
where the blood flows, as long as it's not from spells.
No, if it flows, it flows. But magic doesn't cause any blood.
No, it sizzles your blood.
It just does boom.
Yeah. It's not worthy.
Uh, and we still see some games going on, and nobody's finished yet, so nobody's getting really wiped within within 1.5 hours.
I
So
could
it looks
help.
quite interesting to see. I see a lot of laughing going on, friendly faces, so everyone having a nice time. Some people will always be a little annoyed on how some things go, but that just doesn't seem to be going on right here. Just a lot of players having fun and enjoying yourself, and that's why we are full. Um,
We're in Khorne, right? The realm of metal.
yeah,
All right. Oh well, it looks like they've already got it.
uh,
So,
I
but
think
for you guys at home,
I think it's the
metamorphic warding. Metamorphic warding is cast on this set. If successfully cast, you can pick a friendly unit within 12 inches and visible, and you add one to save rolls for attacks that target the unit. So it's like the old school Mystic Shield. Yeah, and coincidentally the new one as well.
no, they finally cleared it up. It was in the first edition. It was you got +1 to your save. It was like, no, that's too overpowered. We
Yeah,
don't need that.
yeah. That was
Mm,
gone.
We're gonna reroll once,
Yeah.
and now it's got back again.
Yep.
I think it's partly to do with the not stacking of buffs on it.
Yeah.
Um, what I read is that you can still stack +1 save, but only one will count. So you can ignore some rent with that, because rent will be a big deal in the new edition. If you're gonna just get +1 save, you will be slaughtered if you have a -3 on your save.
Yep.
Mm. Now there we see the movement phase, just
Yep.
moving.
So here
I
phase
think
done.
they're just getting a range of the Archeon to shoot
Yep.
him.
They're gonna try and pew pew down Archon. Let's see if this works. 2 up rerollable. After save as well.
Mm.
But they do have damage 3 shots against the big man. So
Mm.
yeah,
You don't know until it's done.
you never know. It's going to be amusing to see at the very least.
And don't forget Paul has his turn afterwards. So
Yeah, yeah. Usually he has. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
but
true.
sti-
It's
but
true.
but
Yeah.
still, he's gonna shoot everything in the Archon, and if it doesn't fall, I can cause an issue.
Yeah.
Because then there's this big bloke.
How big does Archon bracket? Does he?
I think it doesn't bracket it that much. I
So
think
here's the first
movement
roll,
will
by the
fall
way.
down. Um,
That's by the way a lot of misses. So 2 wounds into Archon,
yeah, the only thing.
or no wounds into Archon.
Mm, don't know what's going on right
Oh,
now.
it's some skink fire, by the way.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense and a lot of misses. The Archeon doesn't bracket that much. The only thing that brackets is his
Right.
movement.
So the skinks are whiffing pretty hard, by the way.
Yeah, but
So this is the first salamander. Yeah, yeah. So salamander number 1 going into Archon. So this is where
where some damage
this
will
is
be
where the
done.
magic needs to happen for the Seraphon.
But I don't see a salamander though, or am I?
No, yeah, there's a salamanders and meant the skinks were just firing their blowpipes. I think he doesn't have any salamanders in his list, right?
No, no, I thought so, and they didn't summon though, so I was like,
So that's 6 hits. No, 7 hits. Needs 3 wounds. So that's a lot. Oh, that's a good roll.
hmm.
So 6 saves being forced on Archon. It's Ren 2, right? So
I think so. Yeah,
it's
it's a
4
4
up
plus.
rerollable.
Yeah. Yeah, but going back to Archeon is if it brackets his movement will go down.
Yeah, it's a 3 up rerollable. Okay,
So
well,
nothing goes through.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I see the big man saving
But
himself.
it turns out Seraphon aren't the only ones that can be tough.
No, no, no. Yeah, there's a lot of tough things in this game now.
So here comes number 2. Volley number 2 of 4.
Mm. They're just having a discussion about the.
Yeah, it's a question
Mm,
of whether Archon rerolls all save rolls or just
mm.
ones.
Yeah, the Warframe gives him the ability to reroll save rolls, not failed hits.
Yeah.
So Rent is not counted on that
Another decent
behavior.
roll, so another 5 saves being forced, 3 ups.
Mm. With a reroll, just failing one
Oh, okay.
and
So the
missing
big man
that
is going
one.
through, so.
So that is a little hit,
Oh, so
but
he doesn't have enough to save. Okay. I thought he had enough to save.
no, I don't think so. I
Well,
think there are ways to generate it on him. I think, but in the Neural army you can get it.
so, yeah, but he doesn't have it innately.
No.
So he's paying his CP, by the way, to fire again.
Mm. Yeah, you got a lot of CP, so why wouldn't
So
you
three
use
twos,
that?
by the way. That's not one you want to see. Oof,
Mm,
that's a little painful. On 3 hits
mm,
out of that,
and
and
2
2 wounds.
wounds,
Yeah, so 2 3 ups.
so
All right,
both
so
being
Archon
saved.
smiles. Archon loves this.
Mm.
This is great.
This is what you
This is
want to
going great.
see. Just
This
sitting
is
on top
awesome.
of his big beast and
Yes.
just waiting to see if anything will happen.
I wonder what Archon's voice would sound like. Does he have like a deep, like coarse little voice? Like, yes.
No, it will be like a little girl, like
Like a little girl.
really high. Charge me,
I am Archon.
you infidels! Just like this little evil hero, like.
That'd be
"Arr."
great though if he had like a Middle Eastern like voice. I'm coming to get you. Somebody come, Archon comes and you did not pay your due. That'd be great. I'd be more terrified.
Yeah, if it's like, there's another real question to see what's going on.
There is another rules question.
They
There's a
just,
lot of these going on. I wonder what's.
yeah, I think they're both quite players
Oh,
who loves
there's a question of visibility.
who loves to play on the rules. And I can imagine with this point sticking out and the terrain with overgrown being hard to handle. So just asking a TO is the best way to do it. You don't have any discussion on the table, and that's what they're for.
Yeah, or else they just
Mm,
they're just sitting around, man, doing nothing and then getting paid.
mm.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, and otherwise you have a
I
hard
mean, we don't
time.
pay them, but they are sitting around.
Yeah,
S-
they can be here.
We can't have that. We can't have sitting around having
Mm,
fun.
mm. No, you have to work.
Yeah. So why was line of sight actually important to see whether he could see the shrine?
Mm. I think
Oh,
it's the
here we go.
shrine, but
Got
just
a
get a
little
laser
laser doodad.
point just to see if they can see. I think it's one
It's
of the
tabletop alliance
characters.
for you. We've got laser doodads. It's very close, by the way.
I think this is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
If they're judges for a reason, and if you can discuss it with your opponent for 10 minutes,
Yeah, that's true.
but you both want different things. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any discussion. So, getting a TO, getting a second opinion is always good to do. Makes games faster and easier.
Also, we get to see laser doodads on the stream.
Yeah.
I mean, it's entertainment value right there.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine like that Stegadon is shooting, like the lasers are the shots. All right.
This.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's that little.
that that little piece.
So he's trying to shoot one of the shrines. Oh no, what's he actually trying to shoot at here? The
I
warriors or the shrine?
I think the warriors are fine because I saw the line going on them, but I think it's the war shrine.
Hmm.
But I'm
It
not
looks like
sure.
Tio
Gave the
gave it to
advantage.
the Seraphon player, so we do actually have a line of sight. Being drawn to the shrine.
I think it's a shrine, but I'm not sure. But we'll find out in a moment when they need to save and see where the wounds go if they go through anyway. Because otherwise it wouldn't make any difference they don't go if they don't any wounds go through.
Yarp. All right, we got some saves.
Mm,
Let's see here.
think that's not
So
that
now we've
great,
got some
but
six
also
ups.
not that good.
No, 2 6 ups.
So 3 going through, and so that should be probably damage 2, I think. Getting the aftersave now, and
2 6
don't
damage
make
going
any.
through. So it's actually it actually is on the warriors.
Yeah, it's on the
So he
warriors.
tried to shoot in the shrine, couldn't see it, so he had to shoot into the warriors, and he kills 3.
So just chilling right there and waiting for it. Uh,
All right, so he's probably gonna spend a command point to,
I don't know if he
farm
has
fast.
any, but making them invulnerable for save is always good, so they won't walk away from you. That's not what you want. When you can summon them really easy. Does this,
All right, we're going to the command phase, by the way, with the Troglodon opening up. He's going to lick Archon with his tongue.
yeah, I don't think we see any charges based on how the table is set up. So I think they'll just wait for them to start with the combat phase and see if any damage can be done against the 2 up. say from Archeon.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Mm.
go ahead and say no. It,
Uh, I, there might be something. We should just one going through and wounding that
all
one.
right, two up and the
The
save.
saved.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
the
don't think the Troglodon is particularly good in combat anyway, right? So
no, but it's a walking nuke for Croak.
yeah,
Would wasn't doesn't die that easily. I must say the war shrines are quite in the back now, and I think that might
reroll.
cause an issue for all the buffs he has for the next turn.
Mm.
Because I think it's within 18 of the war shrines, and he doesn't gonna make that. So there might be a cheeky way to do that, maybe with the move in the hero
Yeah, maybe.
phase,
Yeah.
just to walk back, get the buffs, and then go in again. But I don't know for sure if that counts as a retreat or not, because then not charging with Archeon, it's quite wasted because you won't
Yeah,
take anything.
I think it's just gonna stay there
Yeah,
and wail on the Troglodon and the warriors probably.
yeah, and I would take a lot with him.
I mean, he only took 3 damage so far.
Yeah, no, is it three of us or more? I don't
Yeah,
know.
he got one
I,
3 damage attack through.
yeah, I think might something in combat that he
Oh yeah,
filled.
and he
So
took always 1 or 2 wounds, so he might be on 5 or 6 wounds maybe.
yeah, so I think he might be bracketed, but I'm not sure.
Nevertheless, it's his turn to swing.
We don't saw a lot of going on it. Um, and now we just see Archeon going, and the only thing that could be bracketed is his three heads. Um, he has 6 attacks on full profile and goes down with step with one.
How many wounds
Uh,
does Archon have?
20.
20. It's 20
He has
wounds.
20 wounds on a
Sure,
2+ save with full
sure.
rerolls.
Yeah, sounds
Good
good.
good luck with that
Yeah,
in your army.
yep.
But yeah, the three heads get a little less, but that's not the. It's a good attack, but you still want the Slayer of Kings to put it into Croak and get the frog off the table if you get the opportunity. That's why you also see a lot of siege Archeons going on because
Hmm.
they got the magical dice they can use and just put 2 6s down and
Oh,
they will
double
guarantee kill.
sixes. Yep.
So yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we were
So
talking
that's
about.
the Slayer of Kings.
That's just the Slayer of Kings killing him instantly.
Womoyo womo. Shindi or something. That's what the kids say, right?
I don't know what the kids say.
Alright.
No, was he Paul really,
So he
really being
just
happy?
drew a sword and he sliced off its head, man. It's double sixes on the Archon. That's pretty big if you
That's the
notice.
Slayer of
Yeah,
Kings.
that's pretty cool.
Uh,
Slayer of Kings.
so that's always a nasty one to see on that
Yeah, I
one.
love it, dude.
He
Yeah.
probably wasted some extra attacks on it, which didn't go through because it was already killed before anything go through.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah,
It was probably going to
it was
die
the
in all
Slayer of
honesty,
Kings.
but this is a nice way.
This is the best way. I want to
Yeah.
see some kings getting off the
I want
table.
to see it again. I want to see it on Croak.
Yeah,
He goes, "Omae wo mo
the,
shindi."
that will that will be really cool to see about.
And some live sound effects.
If Croak falls, I think the game is really over because there's so much going on with that guy, with all the spells, with the buffs he gives, that that he will stand. Need to stand down, otherwise, if he falls, you will lose the summoning, I believe, and everything will die.
Yep.
And then you don't have endless horde of kings going onto the table, and then it will be the really hard match. I still think it's possible then. Um,
That's a bunch of schemes going down, by the way.
I think these are the kings attacking, I believe. But
Oh, right. No, it's King's saves or Saurus Warrior saves. He killed the Saurus Warrior.
yeah, it was summoned on, so it's basically just extra bodies there.
Yep.
And getting kills is always good for Archeon. Mm. We see some going on, and then even more wounds. So 5 saves with a -1,
Do you
I
think it might
believe.
have been a mistake to actually go first? Maybe let Archon go first and his buffs fall off.
I think that would be the best opportunity he could have done, because
Yeah.
now he's fully buffed,
Yeah.
getting slammed every model
It's
in the
fully
turn of the
operational.
Seraphon player
Yeah.
instead of his own on turn. What he could have done is retreated and just stand on the objective, as you've seen on the markers.
Yep.
There was enough room for that one, and then he's just standing there. Yeah, he can charge again, and he can be annoying. But if you can block the top of Croak out, he won't get charged because the base is way too big.
Nah, he wasn't gonna get through all of it. So and
Mm.
he would have lost his buff. So then
He would have lost
yeah
his save
he
rolls.
would have lost his reroll saves. He would have taken way more damage from the Stilodons.
Yeah, but also from Skinks,
Yeah.
just being there. Um, but yeah, that's
I,
always a
like
hard decision to see what's going to happen in that turn.
it was a question if he was going to be able to rebuff him. Well, it's a question of the shrines being a ranger now.
I didn't think he had enough points to do the start of the hero
I don't
phase
think so. I
move.
don't think so either.
Because but now he will, because he killed a Troglodon. That's another one. He already had one.
Yeah.
So you're probably gonna get some skinks killed. Maybe even the unit. So then he has three again. Then he might be able to use the ability on the War Shrine to move, and then be in range to buff Archeon again.
Yarp.
And that will be interesting to see.
Yeah, we got some saves being forced on the.
Ugh. Yeah. More attacks. Ball rolling really
11
well.
attacks from the.
From the lashing tail, so 4s and 3s, no rend, but one
Yeah.
damage. But against kings, good luck with that one. Because they don't have really good save. I think with shields they have a 5+ save.
All of them did, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, he has got the rerolls on it.
Yeah,
And he
no,
also
but
got the wound rolls on
he
it.
already rolled 8 4-ups to start with, so that was a bit
To
above
going
average.
down.
So
So
9
9.
saves on the skinks.
I don't think there are that many kings left though.
Well,
So this
what kind of
needs.
save do skinks have? Like 6
I
up?
think a 5+, because they have the shields.
Well, 9 die apparently.
I don't see any 6, so that
So
is.
but he's gonna have to save of 6. So
That's 1,
but
that's
still,
8.
I think all of them die.
Yeah, I think it's 8 because there
Or is
were
it on the
2
source
going
warriors, by the
down.
way?
Yeah, but it will also be. They have a better save, I think. Yeah, it's
Nope,
were the
it's the
skinks.
skinks.
Yeah, it's the skinkies going down.
Skinks being slapped around by the tail.
Yeah, but that's exactly what they are for.
Yep.
He could also attack with them first. Then the Troglodon would also die. But
You know
then
what
he
the
could move back, but the skinks would be alive. And now both of them are down.
Yeah, you know what the worst part is? This is all in the Seraphon phase.
This is in the Seraphon
Yeah,
phase, yeah.
yeah,
So Paul has another turn.
yeah.
So if he's able to kill,
Do enough
um,
damage, he might be able to knock through and get into
he might even get
Croak.
free of a battle shock if he doesn't use a command
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
And if you get a free Archeon in your own turn, not being locked in combat,
That's never a good look.
that will hurt. But I don't think he has enough to do that.
He can fight another time, right?
I think so. I think this is the
I think this
first
is all
one going. Yeah.
the first time. So the only unit that's still in combat now with it are the Source Warriors.
Yeah. But we're just waiting to see what will be going on now. Oh. So he sees Archeon
There he
and
is.
the gap he
It's a,
created
yeah,
within
yeah. It's a little
the
less crowded.
Seraphon line. Yeah. So he's
So
attacking
we're
again.
continuing now.
Oh,
Oh,
that's Slayer
there's
of
a
Kings, I believe,
yep. Oh, not
based
not a
on the
lot of wounds
dice.
of the Slayer of Kings over here.
No, it's 2, -2 for 3 damage, so that could be 6. I don't know how much that was. I think 3, but I couldn't see it. They were quite fast.
Yeah, yeah. That was definitely the Slayer of Kings though.
Yeah, that was 6 damage.
Yeah.
It could also be the heads, but he would have 5 attacks with it. Because I think he's bracketed 1. He got 5 wounds, I think, but I'm not sure. But I think he is free now to go the way he wants in the next turn.
So he's got 2 points.
Yeah, so that's not
So I'm
really.
gonna go ahead and mark that down real quick.
Yeah, I think
This is a pretty pretty steady game of points.
yeah, this is a really easy game of points because you just score your own, and if you get the one from your opponent, you know it's done.
Yeah. So Seraphon goes to 4. the end of their turn, which is coming up in a second. And then it's
Um,
off to
they're still doing some things, but
yeah.
mm,
So they're calculating bravery
for the
for
Warriors
the
now,
Warriors. Yeah. So
they lost some to shooting, so they would
yeah.
just
So
leave
he's
now.
losing a few.
Not spending a command point. I don't think he has one.
I think the
But
plan here is to get skinks on that objective. By the way.
yeah, but
But so
it's still Khorne's turn now, and he
yeah, true.
could potentially get a double turn. So after slaying all of the Seraphon, he could go again
Yeah.
and again. Now he's
So
healing
he's
some.
healing up.
Yeah,
Which is D3, right, or one?
I think it's D3 because he rolled for it. Um, but yeah, it could be really devastating to see what's happening now.
If he gets a double turn, it's going to hurt a lot. I think. Yeah.
Then there's a big
Let's
issue
look at
going
Archon
on.
here, man. There he is.
Yeah, such a beautiful
Majestic man.
model. And we have
Let's
two.
tilt the camera. Should I? I'll tilt the camera a bit down.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So
So
just
we can
gonna
actually see Archon.
see Archon going into the objective probably to see what will be going on. Just wait, and there we will change the camera point for you guys. So there you see Lord Croak with Sarsgaard and some warriors, the Astrolite banner, and there you see Archon just standing there, imposing his opponent and waiting
Yeah.
to go. Just getting some buffs from the war shrines on the unit, just making sure everything is in place, and then he will probably go off and maybe even slay Croak.
So we're off into Khorne turn 2. Yep. Let's switch back to the top view here.
So add some.
Maybe
No.
let him think about what he wants to do.
Yeah, he lost a lot on the bottom,
Yeah,
but
he
there's
lost his,
still.
his entire Chaos Warrior unit,
No, I think there's
right?
one standing.
Or maybe one or two beneath his Geminids.
Yeah, there's two standing there still. But I think yeah that they're not gonna change the game. I think maybe block something off if Arcane goes down. But the big man going in, I think that will be the interesting thing to see in the rest of this game.
Yeah.
Paul just taking his time, deciding what's going on, because he sees an opportunity and doesn't want to going uncalculated.
Yeah.
He just want to be thinking about it or what will be happening. And I think that's one of the most important things to do when you have killed so much in your opponent's turn and have a chance to get through is
Oh, we got some action.
just waiting. I think that's prayer
Yeah,
rolling.
prayers going off.
I
He
don't
can't.
know.
I don't think he can. So he can't probably, like we talked about, he can't buff up Archon anymore. So he's pretty much on his own.
I think he's too far away, but
Yeah.
there could be some the points for the Slaughter Priest to get on the table to get maybe another move in. Um, that would be good. Let me guess what I think the range was 18. Yeah, holding within 18 of the shrines at the bottom. I don't think that's enough because the corner altar is also
Oh,
standing
he's
there.
measuring. So he needs to be within 18.
Yeah, he needs to be wholly within 18.
Uh,
So, but still, without the rerolls, he's still really scary. You get the command point for rerolling hit rolls of 1.
so
Um,
yeah, he's got a choice to make. Is he going to? Because I think he can move. He could
I think that's the
move
start of.
back,
I
buff
don't.
Archon, and then he's buffed. But or he could now choose to push through with Archon and try and actually kill
Hmm.
Croak, but he won't have all the buffs.
Yeah, the problem is you don't know what next turn will bring. If he gets a double turn, you
Yeah,
might say it was really good from him to do that, or like it's really bad.
yeah.
Um, but that's just waiting
Oh,
to see what
well, the
happens.
lights went off. I need
I,
to replace a battery.
the batteries went off, so we
Yeah.
have a little bit of a light issue, but I think it's fine just for the stream. Um, and I don't think that will be an issue. Just replacing some batteries, and then it will be on again. That's some technical stuff that always happens. Um, and you can foresee that, but it's not really a problem. So you see uh, Paul just moving some models around, measuring some stuff. Oh, that was the camera. So we need to realign that after the game, so they just can just play. I don't think that is a real issue. We see the Chaos Warriors on the right making a move, maybe even getting to try to go to the top of the objective to see what will happen right there. And there is the light back on again. So the light of the Seraphon shines again on the table.
Yeah.
And we just see really playing a steady game. Yeah, the table moved a little.
Yeah, I see that.
I
Did I do that?
don't think so, but it's not moved like it will break down or we can't see anything. But we just missed a little corner, and I don't think any action will happen after that. So we can just change that after the game is done, so everyone has their time to take off, pick up their stuff, and we will having a new table for game 3. Steven is now going to fix that one, so you might see some shaking of the camera, but that won't be an issue. We see after he has moved, we see Paul rolling some dice. I think it's the War Shrine, but I'm not sure exactly what is going on. Um, it's still a bit. You need to move it a little to the side of the War Shrines. There's a white bar, and a little. I think he is just waiting now at the end of the movement phase. Maybe even gonna summon some Khorne demons because he has a lot of points that he can still do with the Bloodhide points. He doesn't have enough to change to summon a Bloodthirster or anything, but I think he can use some Bloodletters or some Flesh Hounds or that kind of stuff. Um, but we're just waiting now, and he's calculating the risks that might happen. Um, Happening from the Seraphon. I'm still wondering what Paul is thinking about the double turn, because that can do be anything. He's now measuring some stuff from that guy, which is moving. I think he made even. Just not sure what he's doing there. I don't have the range to see what's happening or what's going on. So I will be moving a little to the table because it looked like a charge, but I couldn't really see what was going on. But I think just they made a run move. Yeah, player is telling me that they made a run move, but it was behind the scenery, so it's hard to see that one. Um, but he just made a run move just to get towards the top objective. Might even be able to get to the top one.
Hey, broski. No, but
Hmm.
no swear jar today. We're actually at an event, so this is not in our studio today. We're at the Van der Valk Hotel in Amsterdam, and we're doing an Age of Sigmar stream. But sadly, there's going to be no swear jar today. But we can't go around giving CP to other players at the tournament. Anyone
No,
else? No, actually, no one else. Although there aren't any really. Well, you've got
the Sylvanet.
the Sylvanet, I'd say, but there aren't any Sylvanet armies here today. As sadly, Sylvanet aren't
Mm,
very competitive. I
There are
don't
2 units of him. Olaf, one of the Identity players, has them as reserves in his army,
think. Okay.
as allies,
Yeah.
because they can teleport all around the table.
Yeah.
And we saw some buffs with Cracknell's book. I know some players are looking into that to might get a different game now. But figuring out with the points, they're getting it's getting a little expensive. But Ariel getting some buffs on the War Scroll, so that might be for 3.0 that we see
Yeah.
them back again on the table,
Yeah.
because I really love those models, because they're so dynamic, for exactly the new ones. The guy with the flute, Alariel.
Guy with the flute.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but he has a flute,
Yeah.
and yeah, everybody knows who he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and we now just see some moves. So the top rune is run, and now we see the war shrine moving a little
Yeah.
just to
So,
get
like you
into
said, Broski,
range.
sadly, there's not going to be any wood elves here today in full force anyway. We do have elves running around. You know, last stream we had the Lumineth Realm Lords, which is basically Age of Sigmar language for high elves, who won as well, by the way. Which is an army with Teclis. And yeah, they showed their might on the first round of this tournament, and now we've got
Playing against other
Khorne.
elves.
Yeah, we've got Khorne, led by Archaon, playing
Mm,
against Seraphon, which are the lizardmen
mm,
of the Age of Sigmar world. We've got actually Lord Croak, if you would gaze your attention up to the left objective. So we've got four objective, gray with
mm,
blue centers, laying around the field. And the left is being dominated. Well, it's to be fair, it's being dominated by Archon, but it's being controlled.
mm.
It's being controlled by Lord Croak and his cronies. And Croak, being a very menacing character on the table as well. Very powerful magics.
And we see him going in now with the Archean against
Yeah,
the guards. I guess,
so
yeah, the guards and against the skinks because
yeah,
they're
yeah,
also in range.
yeah.
Um,
So he has decided to actually keep Archon on there, so he doesn't have any of the buffs. As we see, none of the marker cards laying on his base.
no,
So
but
I'm
he is
assuming,
making his way with the war shrine towards
yeah.
it.
So, but next turn he's gonna have buffs. So next, if he does have the double turn, but
Yeah.
for now, Archeon doesn't have his 2-up rerollable save.
No,
He doesn't have his reroll to wounds.
no.
So he's still gonna do damage.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a little bit more swingy
yeah.
without reroll to wounds,
And
but
real two hits, the both of
yeah.
them were on it. This is
But
insane.
it's going to be a little bit swingy. But if he gets a double turn, it's going to hurt a lot because he's going to rebuff Archeon with the shrines, and Archeon's going to do in all fairness, he is probably going to kill Croak then, probably.
If he has the range
Yeah.
and he has the opportunity,
Because see now he's going to brutally murder those poor little Seraphon warriors over there.
yeah, and the skinks, he's also in combat with those. So if he
True.
can't pull twice towards
Yeah.
Croak, so he
Well, we've
needs to
already
get
seen he
one.
makes quick work of skinks with the lashed tail.
Yeah,
So
but having the
I don't
big
think.
attack slaying on skinks is not worth it. But if you need to do it, you need to do it because if they're out, they're out.
He could actually maybe even make a cheeky charge with one of the two shrines into the skinks.
I think they ran.
Okay, so that's no charging.
You rolled a one,
Yeah.
but still, um, I don't think I would advise to do that.
Yeah, he's dividing up his attacks. So again, by the way, guys, that's his way of allocating attacks. He just puts down dice, number of
Mm, mm.
the number of attacks he's going to allocate into each unit. Looks like he's going to divide it up again. I think there's a character in there as well, right? The Astrolith banner.
Yeah, the banner is standing there. I think that's the front guy. If I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the front guy. So he's also in there, and then the units and the unit of kings, which are in range of them. And then
But
we
they're
see
dead. They're really dead.
a few. I think that were the last Saurus warriors
Yeah.
still
So the
standing.
Star Wars warriors are now gone. It's only the Astrolith banner and the Skinks tying down Archon from
Yeah.
doing what he actually wants to do.
Yeah.
And that's oh, it's the
uh,
Slayer of Kings
ag-
again.
Against the
Oh
Astrolite
wow.
banner. So that one's also going down.
Oh wow, it's the second time. So actually, for people at home, maybe not so familiar with what Archon does, Archon has a sword called the Slayer of Kings,
Yeah.
and he has 4 attacks with it. And if he directs his attacks, he has to direct all of the attacks on one character.
Yeah, and if he rolls 2 6s
And
on
if
the
you,
wound
yeah,
rolls,
it's just insta kill.
it's killed. It
Chops
does.
off the head. It's a sword, ultra killing blow.
If you're a little skink, but
Yeah,
or if you're Supreme Lord of the in that
yeah.
Nagash, you're
You can,
dead.
yeah, yeah. It's really fun. Yeah. So he did this twice already. Now this is the second time. First time around, he did it to the Skink Priest on the
On the Troglodyte,
Troglodon, and now he does it to the Astrolith banner.
and now we see some skins going down. I think that's
Yeah.
really lucky, but I think with Archean, you have to try, and if you get it, it's a really
Yeah.
moment of glory.
It's pretty satisfying if it works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he gets to fight again. Oh yeah. So he's already in range with the bodyguard.
I don't know if most of his attacks are 3 inch long.
That's
So
a long ass attacks.
yeah, so the elves actually we saw last game have 3 inch spears because their attack range is 3 inch. And what we see on Archeon is that the lashing tail and the 3 heads on them have a 3 inch
Oh,
range ability.
that's pretty far.
Yeah, but it's a big guy.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So just talking about how or what is going to happen. We see probably the second activation of Archeon on the table now.
Because that was only the first round of attacks. Because ladies and boys and girls at home,
So
yeah. So he just scoops them.
those are the skinks, and then you still get the guard.
This is starting to look a little grim
Yeah.
for the Seraphon
Mm.
actually.
Yeah, this is looking really tough. There are a
Yeah.
lot of warriors already down.
So if they get the turn though, if Seraphon get the turn, they might have a decent chance of shooting Archon down because he doesn't have all the buffs. So
Yeah, but
then you have a better game. But if Khorne here takes the double turn, um,
yeah, the only thing he has to do is take that point and move back and just don't die.
by the way, he left the objective on the right hand side with his
Yeah,
warriors, but he still controls the objective. I'm
yeah,
assuming.
that's a general rule. There are some missions who state that if you leave,
Um,
then everything is fine.
yeah, we just witnessed the roll off priority roll for turn 3, and Seraphon won it, which is a good
Yeah,
thing, I think.
for our game we're
Yeah,
watching, yeah, it is. We can just switch
I'm
to another
sure
table.
Khorne would have loved to see priority go to them and have
Mm.
Archon immediately continue his rampage.
Yeah, I'm not.
But for Seraphon, it's a good thing that he doesn't, because I think that would have been lights out for
Yeah,
Croak.
yeah, he
Uh,
dispelling
yeah,
the Gemins to do that, and now putting the debuff
yeah.
on Archeon.
We see a little disappointment in the Khorne player. He's just lamenting the fact that dang it, if I had that
Mm.
double turn,
Now,
if only I
yeah,
had that double turn.
but that's how the game works,
Yeah,
and that makes the game way interesting because now they have a chance. They might be able to summon more, and Archeon needs to
yeah.
go in again.
I am gonna try to correct this Lila because it's bothering me. The white stripe on the bottom is bothering me.
Steven is just gonna change the stream setup. So you might see some shaking again, but we see Croak doing some magic on everything, um, and I think that is what we're gonna see. Um, but Archeon really putting the work in on those 2 turns, getting everything, slaying 2 heroes with it. Also, he now the Gemins are blocking him from piling in fully towards the other guys. But I think they will retreat it to be out of combat because they can shoot and everything needs to be done. Um, so we see a little movement now on the table. But he will just casting on Archeon now. And I think he can remove the spells. But
That's the best I'm gonna do.
yeah, we can.
Fix it.
We'll fix it after the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Because otherwise we'll be
My OCD, it's hurting.
some Chaos Warriors getting some damage on them
Yeah.
behind the objective, just making stop. They won't charge the skins in, I think.
Yeah. So let's see what can the Seraphon actually do here. They're gonna try to shoot down
They're
Archon on the
gonna,
Seraphon,
yeah,
right?
they're also doing some more wounds on the Chaos Warriors just to maybe force a battle shock on them.
Yeah.
I don't think they're behind cover, so I don't think they can shoot. Otherwise, the Bastillidons needs to move. But I think what we will see is some movement of them to might even block the top objective from getting there.
Yeah.
Because if you get that for free, it's really hard.
So
Um,
do the Seraphon still have some skins in reserves or anything?
no, but they can summon them.
You can just summon them out of nothing. You don't need any reserve points then.
Yeah, you need points for that. I don't know how many he got. Last time we saw 10 warriors being summoned, and the skinks are cheaper, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So we
might
might see
even.
some skins appearing on the maybe like the right objective.
I think he's only allowed to summon 1 unit per round.
Hmm.
So we probably see some expensive models being summoned, or a lot of models, maybe 20 skinks or something.
Yeah.
Starkin needing to kill another 20 of them. That's gonna be rough. That's gonna give him some issues if he can set up properly. Because it might be advised to even leave Croak off because you need to be outside of 9 inch from Archeon. And that objective is getting pushed over. The range of that is 12, so you can get some skinks on the objective
Hmm.
if you summon them. But it's gonna be really hard, I
Yeah.
think.
You can see him already trying to like
Mm.
screen off with the Geminids.
Yeah, you need to, because now he can pile in. He can pile in a little, but that will make a Slayer of Kings, who is already killed 2 heroes, and the claws lose his attacks on that one.
You can see what's it called?
The
The
Bastillodon
PP
moving
lizard.
up.
Yeah, but still moving on. I think he's gonna charge if everything fails
Mm.
to time down, right?
Yeah, but you have to do something against that guy.
Yeah, but it's a pretty perfect unit to do so because this Archon doesn't really do any mortal wounds, right?
No, but
So the
it's not a
Bastillodon,
hero, but still you.
but the Bastillodon is gonna have a 2-up unrendable save.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's pretty safe. Well,
You still have to
it's
make your
yeah, yeah. You have
saves.
to still have to make your saves. If you roll a 1, then all of you.
If the d6 damage goes to on a 6,
Yeah,
then you will lose it.
yeah,
The next combat down, and then you go to
yeah. But still,
2
you know,
or
he's
3.
gonna probably just throw in one, maybe throw in the other one next turn if
Mm.
if it's needed.
Yeah, we see the king line on
Yeah.
the top of
So
the
he's got
objective now screening.
yeah. I'm gonna screen the Chaos Warriors marching up the field behind that top right portal.
Yeah, so we see the other one going there, splitting them up just
Yeah,
to make
he's gonna
sure that he
split.
holds both
Yeah, yeah.
objectives.
He's gonna protect
Um,
his. He's gonna protect his objectives as he should.
yeah, because otherwise he will lose the game. I- if the Khorne player gets one objective, he scores 3 points,
Mm.
and then to win the game, you need to hold one objective for 2 turns or both objectives, and I think that won't happen. We see Croak retrieving now.
Yeah, Croak's just gonna pull back a little bit. He needs to make sure that Archon can fit.
Yeah, we're Khorne player saying that Archon will die
Yeah, so
probably, so he's already counting
he's
that
convinced he
one.
will die. He's gonna take some. On how many wounds is Archon actually? 17
So
left.
it's 3 wounds, so it's still 17 wounds you need
I
to do.
mean, probably the statistics of the die say 2 Bastillodons and some other random stuff firing in there is gonna kill him.
Yeah, we now
Um,
go into the shooting phase.
but we'll see. Bastillodons may fluff the roll. So far, that's an excellent roll. And so now it's 3 to wound. So he's got no rerolls on this. So, it's 3 fails. So it's 5 saves so far on Archon. -1. So 3 ups.
4 ups because he lost his mod and he has a triple save, so of course.
So 6 damage. So he's down at 11.
Yeah, he got 11 wounds left.
Yeah.
But that's not. He still isn't dead, and if you can't count him out until you see his body dragged
Yeah.
off the battlefield.
Yeah. So this is the 2s the Seraphon player doesn't want to see because he can't reroll those. So it's 4 misses already off the gate, and then 2 more. So 3. So he's gonna have to spend some CP. It's another 6 damage, I believe.
I think
Yeah.
we get 12 damage with 5 wounds
So
left.
he's got 5 wounds left. Yes, gonna have to expend a CP to have one of the Bastillodons fire again. But I mean,
You have enough command
this is
points to
probably
that.
going to kill him, right? So much
Yeah,
damage.
we see now a lot. We see now 5 going through. That's
All right,
really
he needs
hard.
to make
We
all
see
but
him
one.
pray to Khorne
Yeah.
to save him, and it's another 6
No, he's dead.
damage done
Yeah, he's dead.
on the
He's dead.
guy and getting him off the table. I think. I don't know what
Yeah, they
he's
might have some
counting
feeling of
now.
pains. He needs to be wholly within 18. No.
So that also would prevent the buffs from next turn.
Yeah.
The rolling of the wound.
He's gonna.
So
Oh, he has to fire one. So he's
I,
on what? He's alive on what? 1 wound maybe or
I
something.
think he done 3 then. I think he has 2 wounds left now.
No, he's got 2 wounds left, huh?
So
So he
he
needs
needs
to
to
make
spend.
all of these.
Yeah, he spent
So it's. So he needs to make
4.
4 4-ups.
He is praying for it.
He needs to pray to Khorne. Oh,
And
he
we
makes
see
all of them.
saving
He
him
makes
now.
all of them. Oh,
Makes
Archon, you dirty man. You dirty man. You Archon. Oh, ah,
after killing that
ah,
many
ah,
that many
ah.
that many Seraphon players.
Archon stands. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I was ready to remove him.
Yeah, we got 1 hour left for this game.
Oh,
Uh,
Archon, you
but he's
unfair
still
man.
alive, and now we see the
Yeah, I
Bastillodon
did.
charge in.
Yeah.
Oh, and
So now
with
the Bastillodon has to go in and finish the job. He's gonna judo chop him. with his little stumpy leg.
Yeah, he's still alive. I didn't expect him.
No,
Um,
but
Nobody expected here around this table that he would survive,
no,
but he is still
he
there
has to
with
charge in.
2 wounds, I think.
Okay, so he's gonna expend. Archon's gonna expend the CP for real once the saves,
And I
and
don't think the Bastillodon scroll is that good.
only one. So it's a yeah, it's a fourth save. Yeah, okay. So the Bastillodon doesn't do the deed.
No, he doesn't have a
Oh
lot of attacks.
no! Yeah, but he's still alive though.
Yeah, yeah, that is one nasty.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the player's really getting
Upset.
enthusiastic
An
about the
upset.
game.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like it. I love it. All right,
no.
so this is the Slayer of Kings never degrades, right?
No, it does do a lot of damage, but since it's not a hero on top of there, it
Two ups,
doesn't
but he
really
needs to
matter.
roll these one at a time.
No, it doesn't. Every attack happens on the same in the same moment, so everything, the bracketing is done at the end.
Oh, I see.
So he got a
Yep.
2 up save,
So
saving
this
all.
is what the Bastillodon does, guys. For those who don't know, Bastillodon start off with a like a one up save, unrendable,
Yeah, so
which
but
means
one's always fill.
yeah, ones always fail. Yeah. And so, but as the Bastillodon takes wounds, its profile degrades and the save worsens, or it becomes rendable.
No, it becomes worsens.
So yeah, so you can never really
So
rend it,
then it
but
goes to a
yeah,
2, a
yeah.
3. So mortal wounds putting in is the best way to do
Mortal
it.
wounds is the best way to deal with it. Archon doesn't deal any mortal wounds, and he can't Slayer of Kings it
No,
because it's not a character.
it's
So it's
saved.
actually a very good roadblock.
Mm.
Because as long as he keeps rolling those initial two ups for the Bastillon save, um, not much is gonna happen.
No, just keep rolling and waiting for it to
Yeah.
die.
So you either have mortal wounds or just a buttload of attacks.
Yeah,
That's the way to deal with it.
and I think Arkin has a buttload of
Yeah, he has
attacks.
some with the lashy tails and the
So they score another 6 points.
six
And then
points,
going into the
2 points, right?
turn of Paul. Yeah, but he ends at 6 now. And now
All
it's
right.
Paul's turn.
Yeah, yeah. So this is it. Arkham fought back, didn't really do anything, and it's the end of Seraphon's turn. A little disappointing, probably, for the Seraphon, that he didn't kill Archeon. But on the upside, Archeon is still out of range to get buffed, and he is on one wound, but he does heal.
Hmm.
So he heals D3. So I'm curious to
I think
see.
he's on 2 because he didn't do any damage. Um, because Paul saved all 4 of the
Mm,
attacks. But I'm not sure about it. The dice is too small to see. Um, at least he has a lot of
here we
wounds.
can see. So he's on 18 damage.
Yeah, so it's 2 wounds.
So he's on 2 wounds. Yeah. Yeah. He's healing. Yeah. 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 Yeah, Seraphon player really lamenting the fact that Archeon rolled 4 4-ups. That shouldn't be statistically possible or likely.
Yeah, but sometimes it's
Yep.
in the
Yet
dice.
here he is, right?
Here is the example. It's still standing.
Yeah. Yeah. He just mathed it out. It's like 4 4-up saves is a 6% chance.
Uh, but sometimes that's enough to do it.
Yeah. Well, you've seen it here live on stream, man. Right.
Him
So let's see.
staying alive. Mm. The Seraphon player is really taking it well that he's still alive. It sucks, but he's still dancing and singing. Yeah, exactly. Saying the games you are hope for, the close games, the hard ones, but still things happen that you're like, it's not going to happen. That's not how it works. But the dice tell you any different. Mm.
Yes. Well, he is having a bit of a think here. I think he didn't expect Archeon to be alive, and is like, what now?
No, already told us that he didn't expect them to be alive, and he was ready to take them off the table.
Yeah.
And I think that with those saves, he was really lucky to have it.
Yeah.
But it's still he is there, so you need to do something with him, otherwise he will die. Um, so that's one of the issues. Um, just that is quite hard to do.
Right, so the Chaos Warriors are moving up a little, and they're scooching over.
I think they're setting up for a
Yeah,
charge
they're setting up
on
for a
the
charge.
skinks,
Yeah, they're trying to
because
get rid of those skinks, and then
I think there's a star priest on it,
yeah,
within the terrain, and
yeah,
then 10 skinks.
yeah. But if
Um,
they remove the skinks, then the objective is theirs, right?
yeah, I think they're set up in the right way, so if they charge, they wouldn't be on the objective.
No,
Um,
but you could kill them and then move on.
yeah, but that then he needs a double turn.
Don't you get an 3-inch pile-in move after
Yeah,
you
but they're
attack?
set up on the range. Uh, on the range of the objective marker. So if he charges, he's not on the objective. He needs to get around it. So he needs a really big charge to go there on the objective, and then he needs to kill everything.
Okay, well, we'll see.
So I think that's fine played by the Seraphon
Yeah,
player.
yeah, yeah. He has his screening game down good.
Yeah.
So we got a bunch of buffs going on the war shrine. So probably the plus one save,
Yeah, they're
all
just buffing
saves.
each other, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
so on each other.
yeah.
You good, you
And
good.
that's the only thing in range except for the two warriors at the bottom just standing there. Or I said one and slaughter priest, that's hard to see.
Slaughter
Uh,
Priest still on there, and the other one,
I think that's
the two
one
guys.
warrior that's
Yeah,
left.
probably one warrior and his bud Slaughter Priest.
I'm just thinking about what to do, what to do.
Yeah, well, probably Archon's just gonna stay in combat. He doesn't have much else to do because if he walks out, he can't charge or anything.
Yeah,
So
look.
he's just gonna try and kill the Bastillodon. If he does, it's probably pretty good because
Yeah.
chances are the Bastillodon will live and maybe even kill Archeon. If he gets a double turn, he's back in an amazing position again. If Archeon doesn't die, he gets a double turn. He buffs up Archeon.
Yeah, then it will be interesting.
Yup.
But I think if we look at the game
He's
right
running.
now, I don't know what he's doing.
He did an extra move, but that was the Khorne move, by the way. Yeah.
Ah,
So now we're actually going into the movement phase. The
and
little move that they made, shuffle up the board, was
and
the
then they will
was the
probably
blood tithe
charge.
ability.
Yeah, but if you look at secondaries now, if you look at the Seraphons once he got the bait, I guess it was a unit of skinks
Yeah.
at the bottom probably. So
Yeah.
I think that one is dead, and he will score that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And territorial is claiming objective for at least 2 consecutive turns,
You already had
and he
that.
already
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I think that one is fine. I'm just asking for the Prey of the Week kill all the battle line. That didn't happen because the top unit of skinks is
Yeah,
still
but it
alive.
looks like they're about to go down.
Yeah, but still, you also need pillage, and that is the mid-terrain piece, and I don't know for sure if he already got
So
that.
how do you get pillage?
Just being a range of the objective with more than 5 wounds.
Or you already did that with Archeon? Oh, he's retreating.
He is still alive,
Yeah, he is alive.
so he is just standing on to a Bastillodon with 2 wounds left. I wouldn't stay there either.
No, there is a chance that the Bastillon will kill him, and I think you want and Bastillon isn't the best target for Archeon and whack with
No,
his
but
sword and
with the
stuff.
2 wounds left,
Yeah,
it's like you're
yeah,
just
one attack going through is going to kill him because I think Bastillon's attacks also deal at least 2 damage or maybe D3 or something like that.
yeah. If
So
it goes through, it goes through, and
yeah,
then you can definitely take him off the table. Now you at least have him from 1 extra turn.
yep,
I think they're seeing the secondary being achieved for pillage.
yep. So pillage being
Um,
achieved for sure.
and we see them moving up just to be sure they're in range and maybe can control another objective. Because the one in front is buffed up, as you can see by the markers on their base. And we're now just waiting to see what is going on. We see play Paul a little bit defensively on that objective now, and also
Yeah,
going to the other one.
he's just trying to protect whatever he's got left.
Exactly, just waiting to see what is going on. And make sure he got the game in his
This
bag.
is turn 3, right?
Yeah, it's turn 3.
Yeah. So I forgot to adjust the turn marker. Huzzah! Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
it
Turn
did.
3.
It could be turn 2 by the amount of Archeon
It's
slaying.
almost turn 4.
Yeah, but the amount of Archeon that was slaying,
Yeah.
that's like insane.
Hey, welcome to the Tabletop Alliance community, Dark Toozle. Thanks for joining, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. You're watching the Tabletop Alliance Dutch Grand Tournament for a Warhammer Age of Sigmar. This is game 2. Seraphon versus Khorne. It's turn 3. Currently, Seraphon is in the lead, although Khorne's about to score 2 points, maybe 3, depending on if he kills the Skinks, and then he'll be in a little lead. We've had a lot of upsets here with Archeon triggering his Slayer of Kings ability
Twice.
twice already this game, surviving like a round of unprotected, unbuffed, being unbuffed, and then being shot at by the
By the
Bastillodons.
Bastillodons
So
and the Skinks
lot,
and the attacks from the Bastillodon,
lots of
and he's still
miracles of
there.
Khorne.
Yeah.
Lots of prayers being answered for Khorne.
I
Khorne is
think he likes all
struggling.
the
Yeah,
slaying
that
that's
much.
going on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, at, we'll see them charging in now. Hopefully doing anything to those
Yep. So in he
Kings.
goes. Yeah.
Staying
I
outside
mean,
of 3 of the
what do what
Bastillodon.
do what do what do the Warriors have? 2 attacks, threes and threes, maybe a rend.
I don't think they're quite good. I don't know which weapon they have, but let me
Well,
check that one.
they don't have the paired weapons. Paired weapons gives them reroll to hit, I believe, and shields gives them reroll saves.
They just hand weapons and shields,
Yeah.
so they will do some damage,
So
but
2 attacks, threes and threes. I'm guessing.
Chaos Warriors, they have the hand weapons, 2 attacks, three to hit, 3 to wound, no rend, 1 damage.
Yeah.
Um, you got the champion, of course, getting an extra attack. +1 of charge from the hornblower.
Mm-hmm.
I have some shields on the unit,
Yeah.
and I don't have any.
Yeah. So, but
Don't have a
still,
pair of hand
so
weapons.
they're like meh average weapons. They hit on threes and win on threes, so that's a little bit above average, but no rend, just 1 damage. But that's enough to deal with Skinks.
Yeah, because it's still, if
He needs to
everything is
stay.
in
Yeah.
range, it's 20 attacks.
Yeah, it's 20 attacks. It's on average going to just deal with the Skinks. It's 50-50 by the way. So he also needs to stay out of 3-inch range of the Bastillodon, which is important. He doesn't want to be dragged in because he actually wants to be able to move on to the objective.
Yeah, I think
Looks
there
like
are some
he's
on the objective now.
yeah,
I think we see 2 on the
yeah, but
objective now. So
yeah.
if he kills the whole unit, there's only the Skink Priest in the terrain covering it, and then he has the objective, and then he has the point leads going into turn 4. And if he
Mhm.
does that twice, so if he gets the double turn, then he has 6 points of
Yeah,
advantage, and then I think we can call it game, because
yeah,
6 point recovering is really hard in
yeah,
this
yeah.
game.
That's really tough. By the way, we've got also community Merrick 404 or Merrick 404 rather. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for following, and yeah, join the party. Checking out some great Age of Sigmar games going down here this weekend.
We're going just to see. I think that's the only combat we will see at the top. So I don't know if he's still like on fight points the buff of the unit, or maybe fight twice,
Mm.
or anything like that. Um,
I think the fight twice ability requires a hero to be within range.
I think so too, but
Yeah, because
we
it's a
only
command
see
ability.
Archean at the bottom and
Yeah,
the priest also there.
yeah.
Um,
So they're not going to fight twice. So it's going to be a little 50-50 to deal with the Kings.
yeah, and just hope that it all falls
But
down.
being said that, he doesn't need to kill all of them. He just needs to kill enough of them so that he can actually pile into the objective.
No, he already piled in. He
Yeah,
already
but he
got two
doesn't have
on him.
enough bodies on them.
No, he got 2 on the
He's
objective
got
now.
probably 3, 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah, let me look on that one, how many they're on. If they made any mistakes or anything, that's very. I think they're more on based on the pilot move. The Skins weren't
Well,
good at the
either way,
front.
here we go. Threes and threes. By the way, a good first roll. Pretty, little bit above average. A little bit more than he should be getting. So another round of threes
Mm.
required. This is also, by the way, a good roll.
Yeah, that's really
So
good.
this, on average, is going to deal with the Skinks. He's got 5 up saves on the Skinks, right? Because they've got the shields. Otherwise, they have a 6 up.
Yeah, I guess so. So just using the
Yeah,
same
5 ups.
dice.
So they've got the shields. Oh, that's also a good roll.
That
That's
is
a
quite a
really good
good
roll, by the
roll.
way. So, but how many are going to die? Oh, it's re-rolls.
That rerolls, that
2,
fills.
3, 4,
That's 4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8.
8.
Say 8 are going to die. 2,
I think
4,
8,
6,
so
8.
2
Yeah.
left. And I think the objective is in the hands of
Yeah,
Khorne then.
that should be good. He's not going to be able to block off the Chaos Warriors moving in with just 2 Skinks. That's impossible. He's looking at it like, can I? No, you can't.
Mm.
But
Is there
yeah, yeah.
anything I
Are there really
missed?
8 dead? Dang it. Yep. No, you can't block them. But you can't. You can just take them away. Then they're done. You're gonna prevent the warriors from getting on there.
Oh,
So that's going to be it. So there's but there isn't actually any bonus points for taking over an enemy objective in this one.
no, you
It's
just score
one,
three.
just 1 point.
No, three
3 points for taking an
for
enemy.
taking your opponent's objective.
Oh, I see. So
Um,
it's going to be 5 points here.
yeah, probably. If
Hmm.
uh, if I saw that correctly.
Sorry, I'm
No problem.
attacking you. Have it thee.
With the USB,
Yeah,
those
yeah,
are
yeah,
deadly.
yeah.
I'm just gonna quickly check how many warriors are.
Okay, probably enough. Um, yeah, so he's gonna have the objective.
Yeah, he's gonna have top objective with five
So
Chaos Warriors.
yeah, so
Um,
it's 5 points being scored this turn for him, right?
yeah, two are really on there, and the other one are just tiptoeing on
So
the
it's 9
edge.
points now to the Khorne.
Yeah, so they're
Can he
now.
win the roll up? So it's 2. Oh no, he has to roll up 5. So Seraphon gets to decide. What's
So
he gonna do?
gets to the side again, but the three behind. I think it's really gonna be hard in going into turn four. They still have 40 minutes left to
Yeah,
play,
40 minutes on the clock.
so I think that will be doable
Oh
for
yeah, they're
them.
gonna finish the game easy peasy. There's not a whole lot left.
Mm.
It's just a matter of who's gonna go first or
Mm.
not. So what are you gonna get out of it? Right? You
Um,
get to kill Archeon.
if he doesn't go first, he will get 5 points again, and then he needs to
Yeah.
score 6 points. Just
Yeah.
so he has to take the turn
Yeah, he has to
if
take
he
the.
wants any chance to
He
win
has
this
to make it
game.
happen.
Yeah, otherwise he's just gonna lose.
He has to deal with the Chaos Warriors being on his objective.
Yeah,
But then but then the only thing he does is he deals with that. But then he's still at points. He's losing the points race.
yeah.
So he's not only gonna have to deal with that. He's gonna somehow make play happen.
I don't see it happening
No, I
though.
don't see it happening either because he doesn't have, I don't think, anything left to summon.
Maybe, but I think that needs to be done within a hero. He can't just say that objective is mine now.
Yeah. Good old
Um,
Chaos Warriors, man. Good old Chaos Warriors.
yeah, I think with the range and the double move, he had a lot of movement going in.
Yeah.
Um, but he could have blocked it a little better, in my opinion.
Uh,
Because they're too fully around it, but there are some cases where he's tiptoeing on the objective, and he would just put the skinks on the edge of the objective. He couldn't have done that.
yeah,
And
but
then
it
would
was
be
it
fine.
was it was really it was a double move that did it. He literally blocked off the entire side of the objective with his Stelladon and
Yeah, but if he on the right side of the objective, there's some models tiptoeing on the objective. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but in real life we can see that. It's on the edge
yeah,
on the top left.
they're on the
Um,
far corner now. We've got the Chaos Warriors.
and he has five on them, and there are three. There are two skinks and one skink priest on there.
Hmm.
So that is, I think, the mistake that's costing him the game right now. Just screening a little too less. If he just stands one 1 millimeter to the right, um, he couldn't have done that, and it would be 2 against 3, and it would still have the objective. So that is a really small mistake, and really hard to see. But I think that's the cause of the fall down of
All
the
right,
Seraphon right
there you
now.
have it. There you
You
have
see
it.
him really thinking right now, what
He,
can I do?
no, nothing
Um,
really. So the best he can do, no,
I think secondaries are even if the two skinks die, but I don't see any reason they would you
all
if
right.
they just walk away now.
We've got some spells going off.
Yeah, Croaky's casting again, turn 4. He doesn't have any wounds, so he's just gonna full. We see a
No?
deny from Archeon
So this is
probably.
probably, I don't know what this is.
I
Summoning
think it's
spells.
mortal wounds. I think, or
The comments
getting
call.
the gaining summoning points. But that's hard to see and read from this game.
Yeah. Oh, D3 units. Oh, so this is the comments call, right? So he gets the deal D3 mortal wounds to D3 units.
Yeah, but I think that's fine.
So he's going for the
He's
character.
think he ignores it on the 2+.
No,
Oh, no.
this is the other one. So that one dies.
That one is done. But I don't think that matters.
Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
So, yeah. I think it's done, but he is not done fighting yet. And we see
He takes a
around
mortal wound. He rolls a 1.
and around the room we see a lot of games getting finished, being submitted, just so people will just relax down, have a nice time, have talking to each other, since we can meet, since all the restrictions are lifted, so we can play events now.
Yep,
So
which is a great thing.
yeah,
We've got games going on, man. Who knew? Some great Age of Sigmar games going on here. So let's see. This is another unit that deals to just measuring something out here.
I think he's measuring
Oh, it's
some
a skink unit. Okay, so he's gonna try and oh no, he's retreating.
Yeah, he's retreating.
Yeah.
And maybe in turn 5 he can.
He might run on the left objective, but
Yeah, I don't think so.
he's never gonna make that. He doesn't have the move.
They're not that fast.
No,
I think
the skinks are hella fast, but they're not that fast.
they have 8-inch move, so they will be moving 14, and I don't think that will be quite enough to get that one. Still, Paul also has his turn 4 because he didn't get double again. I think that would change. If he had a double, it would change the game, but he doesn't get it. But he has still his move the turn, so he can always try to stop those 2 skinks from getting anywhere.
Yep.
But the Bastillodons also are still alive with those
Yeah, they
1+
might.
save.
You know,
So
they could deal with the warrior. They could shoot it. They could charge it. They might even kill them all.
yeah,
I mean,
I
there's
think
a pretty decent chance in them killing all the warriors. But then,
then Archeon is safe. But yeah, what can he do? He has got how many wounds left now? I think he's got 15 wounds, so he will get another D3 to heal himself.
yeah.
So he might even have 12 wounds and 8 wounds left, and then he might be able to charge in. But yeah, it's now the defensive game for the Khorne player because he already got his 3
Yeah, he
points.
doesn't need to be aggressive anymore. He needs to just sit on his 2 objectives,
Yeah, he needs to.
and he wins.
Yeah, but even it doesn't matter if the King player gets the right objective and he takes the top again. It's
I mean,
fine.
if he lets skinks take the right objectives, that would be a mistake.
No, I don't think so. Because then he will get the top objective and he scores also 3 points again and he will still be ahead.
Yeah, but he's probably going to deal with the Chaos Warriors with the Bastillodons, right?
Yeah, but um, the Khorne has 9 points at the moment and Seraphon has 6 points. We're going to start off turn 4.
Mm-hmm.
And we see the secondaries. I think the Seraphon player has both of his
Yeah.
objectives. He has a territorial, and he got both objectives in the first 2 turns. Probably a unit of skinks was the bait, and there's only one left, and it wasn't in front of it. And then we see some objectives by Paul. He took the pillage one, and that he scored. And then we just waiting for Prey of the Week. He doesn't have that yet because there's still 2 skinks on the table. Just to get you a quick follow-up if you just joined us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking like a Khorne victory here. I'm very curious to see if there's anything to be done by the Seraphon. I'm guessing no, but you know, I'm not the seasoned Seraphon player here.
No, it's just waiting for.
So this is the Bastillodon firing into the Chaos Warriors, going into shooting phase. You still have that re-rollable save though, so he's yep, 7 saves required. 5 ups, right?
And rerolling.
Oh, that's a good roll. By the way.
Yeah, that's a
So that's
really
only 2
nice
dying
one.
or something. Yeah, there's only 2 Chaos Warriors going dying. By the way, 1,
And that one already had a wound.
2. Yeah, there's the one with the wound. Okay, so Chaos Warriors left still. It's probably wise to take them away from the Bastillodon to increase the charge.
Yeah, you don't want to be stuck if you don't need to.
No.
that the fact that Archeon killed so many things, he is the MVP of this matchup.
Archeon definitely is like a baller this game. Archeon is doing what Archeon's supposed to do, right?
Yeah, being big, getting in
Being
there.
the end times, Lord of the end times.
Uh,
Alright,
those-
so 5 saves are required. Rerollable once again. He's making a. Oh, he's not. It's not no longer rerollable because he doesn't have enough models.
I think
Still,
it's
it's
only.
only 2 deaths. Yeah, he rolled 3 5-ups again. It's like,
Yeah, but then he's got to take a battle shock
yeah,
test,
so
and
he needs
that
a
can
battle shot,
be
but
can be
the
hard.
leadership ain't gonna do anything, right?
Yeah, probably.
So at most he might lose 2 as of this moment.
Yeah, it's a bravery of 7.
All right, so he might lose
Um,
3 actually. Yeah,
and they have a +1 from the banner, so they have
so 8.
bravery
Yeah,
8.
8.
They
So
don't have more than 10 models, so that doesn't give them any one
so
get a
this
plus.
was to be predicted by the way the Bastillodon's going in. That's gonna do much.
No, but still, if you kill something, it's nice because then now,
Yeah, more battle shock.
yeah, that's still the. I think the Skink Priest is still in the terrain feature, although I don't see him. Oh, no,
No,
he
the
moved
skink
up.
left.
Yeah, it's in the middle next to the
Yeah.
objective, so it's just the Bastillodon against the Chaos Warriors
Yep.
now. So if there is any chance to win this game for the Seraphon player,
I
they
think
need
the
to kill
Bastillodon just.
Whiffed.
No, this is I think the actual Bastillodon attacking. So 2 hits, 2 wounds.
2 wounds probably on the Bastillodon.
Oh, just the 1 wound. Okay, so a 5-up required. I think that's another save. He's being hot with his saves, by the way. No, Seraphon player commenting. That's not what I want. No, that's indeed not what you want. But
So
this
the
this
Chaos Warrior
means,
is
by
gonna
the
bow
way,
in now.
yeah, this means that now the
Seraphon will only have the one objective then,
yeah
if they don't run away with
yeah
Battle
this is
Shock.
probably going to be the nail in the coffin. This is the nail in the coffin, boys, because now Khorne's going to get another 3 points. Because he's going to retreat off of the Bastillodon in his turn.
Yeah. Why would you stay in a fight you don't want to have?
No.
And then you just get another point and then.
Well, he might try and. They might even poke him. One
Yeah.
save. Ah. Oh well.
Of course it's safe.
Yeah, it's a 2-up. Unrendable. Unrendable, that's a fun mechanic, boys and girls.
And then the Battle Shock we see a 5.
Ooh. Ooh. He loses 5.
But there's still 1, so he doesn't get rejected because it's 1 versus 1.
Yeah, so it's contested.
It's contested. That only gives the Seraphon players 1 point. And then he's 2 behind.
He only needed 1 more to actually. Well, okay, so he
needs 1
denies
more.
a point,
Yeah, so
which
now
is also good, right? So it's
basically
1
he's now.
point for the Seraphon then.
Yeah, he's now basically 4 points behind.
Yeah.
Behind Paul because he will score definitely 2.
So he
And
goes
then
to
it's
7.
turn 5, so he needs to really step up the game to get the draw in this game. So we see the heal on Archeon
Yeah,
being
he's
done.
healing. He's slowly
And I
healing up.
think that
Actually.
was. He now got 14 wounds left.
Yeah.
So 6 wounds
So
on the save. Now buffing up Archeon probably with the War Shrines now. Just to get in there and maybe do something cheeky to go all the way.
all the way, Archon's gonna do what Archon does.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of movement left.
No,
But I don't think he needed. I don't think it's what's needed right now.
I don't think
Um,
Archon can do anything really super relevant because I don't
yeah,
think.
just not charging a
Yeah,
Bastillodon.
yeah. He doesn't want to go near the Geminids. I don't think.
No. So
Because
missing
his
shield
spells
being
going down.
called and just getting denied probably by
Yeah,
Lord Croak.
Croak. Not if Croak has anything to say about it, right? Croak says no. Oh, actually, it looks like a Mystic Shield going down.
Yeah. Croak said yes.
Yeah, go for it, bud. Well, I mean, a Mystic Shield on Archon. I mean, you're not probably not gonna kill Archon anymore
No,
anyway.
but it's still Real War Ones. It's always nice to have.
Yeah.
And there we see the Warshrine making a
Yeah.
big move to the middle of the field, and Archon following him up with that.
Yeah.
Just
Wait for me.
flying there. Just have to be sure because he's bracketed what his movement is left.
Yeah. He's
Because
got
he
a bit.
doesn't go
Yeah.
14 anymore.
He's got a bit broken. His wings are a bit broken.
So he still
Wait
gets
for
wide.
me.
Not what he wants, but he makes a move.
I'm going over here now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand behind this piece
Oh.
of terrain. Because then he can be shot by the Bastillion on the other side. The other one in front on the objective, but I think he isn't able to see him now from that angle. So just being safe for it now.
Jace. Right. So, is there any way? Yeah. Well, if the shrine makes a long bomb charge, I suppose. Actually, what's that now in the forest there? Is that the Chaos Warrior?
That's a cheeky Chaos Warrior just chilling there.
Yeah. in
Just
the
not
in the
wanting
top
to be
objective forest.
not wanting to be
Yeah, he
in the
doesn't want
Bastillion
anything to do.
fight.
He's done, right? He's
Yeah.
like, I'm done. My butt's died.
I denied him the objective.
I did the
I'm
job,
fine with
man.
it.
So he's contesting if he somehow gets the shrine to make a long bomb charge. Yeah. Then,
He-
well, he could charge the skinks, kill the skinks, and then pile into the Bastiladon and fire that way, try and
I
get on the objective.
I think they're just calculating the score now, and they're going to roll for the turn. I think they just get the 2 points and
Okay.
be fine with it.
Yeah.
So rolling a 3 and a Seraphon player getting
Seraphon,
another priority.
yeah. Seraphon get a lot of priority.
Yeah, but he started the game,
So,
so we
but
never had a double turn against him.
so then it's 2 points for the.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the last turn, and I think they have 25 minutes left, but I think they will be fine. There's not a lot left on the table.
Yep, turn 5.
They just
So
need
this
to
is the
lay
final
little
turn of the
through.
game, boys and girls. So let's see if the Seraphon can make something happen. They're not gonna get back from 5 point difference, but he might make something happen, something funny.
Even 4 is really hard
Yeah.
because the Chaos Warrior denied the objective.
Yeah.
So he needs to get one of the Khorne players' abilities, the objectives, and deny him one.
Yeah,
And
it's not gonna happen.
yeah, if we saw Khorne take this turn, we would have been done because then he would score 2 again, and then he would need 5 points or 6 even, and he needs to get both of the opponent's objectives, and I think that's not going to happen.
There's a wound on the Chaos Warrior.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's just the burning head getting it down, but
Yeah.
he done his work already, just making sure that he will score the extra point to minimize the difference between the victory points. So just buffing up anything now that's happening and just see what the Seraphon player can do in his last turn.
Hi.
Uh,
Bro, wij zijn geen judges. Martijn is daar. Yep.
no, we're not judging.
People seem to think that we're judges. I can't believe. I mean, there's a
We
bunch of guys streaming. Let's ask them questions.
we're just judging the plays that are happening on one table. The rest we don't see. We don't.
We don't. We don't care.
Yeah, that's not our job to fix
Yeah.
that. There are 2 players with uh, 2 TOs walking around. One not playing, one is playing.
Yeah.
But I think that's right for 14 players to have 1 TO.
Yeah, easy peasy
Um,
Japanese. Actually, coincidentally, there was a poll on Frontlight Gaming Facebook. There was a poll asking, so how many TOs should you have? Actually, should you have one per 32 players, one per 64, one per? So the consensus mostly was, or one per 12. Even there was one as well. The consensus mostly was that there should be one per 24. I think it was 24 players. So
yeah,
I
but
thought, well, that might even be still quite a bit.
yeah,
But
but it,
we've
it
got
really depends on the player base. From my experience, Age of Sigmar players have some questions. It's like, is it this, if it's that, the discussion about the rules. But they're quite accepting. It's this, fine. While in 40k, in my experience, there are more people who would like a discussion about some things, and that might take more time because different interpretations. Um, but that's just my experience. I don't know. Um, every player is different.
Yeah.
Um, you see this guy's playing again. They already has 3 questions to a TO,
Yep.
and that's fine. That's what they're for. That's why one is not playing. Just to be sure, if there's a question, you can ask. Some players like to maximize every rule and every millimeter that get measured, and sometimes you need a TO to sit down with
Mm.
them. And I can imagine if it's the last game of the tournament and you want to win it so hard, that stuff like that
Yep.
happens. And that's not an attack on any people who ask a lot of questions to TOs, but it'd rather be TO'd and be sure than that there's any discussion and people
Yep.
leave the table with a negative feeling about their game.
Yeah.
Mm, mm,
All right, we got Bastillodon, by the way.
mm.
Uh, firing rays. I think that he's gonna try and kill the shrine.
Yeah, that
I mean, this boy is just for fun. I think.
no, I think that's just denying the point. Because if he moves, if he stays alive and turn 5 moves and charges the Bastillodon, it could be possible that he takes that objective and scores another 3 points.
That's true.
But we see it taken down
Oh yeah,
by the shooting.
was some swift work from the
Ye-
Bastillodons.
Yeah, that was really hard. We see the other, I think the Bastillodon shooting with his last command point, I guess. Because the other one seems to be blocked by the big piece of terrain in the middle.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, we've got, by the way, Tetonico004 joining the Tabletop Alliance community. Welcome, buddy.
mm,
You're tuning into the Alliance Tabletop Alliance Dutch Grand Tournament for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, round 2. We're rounding up this game, and it looks like pretty much assured a victory for the Khorne. It's just a matter of how many points are they going to win by.
And the big question is if Arkan stays alive because he got another shot on him. So he has another 3 wounds on him at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's back to 2 or 3 wounds now. So he's
Yep.
still staying alive now.
Oh,
But you don't know what happens. And if he stays alive, he's definitely the MVP of this game.
yeah, for sure.
Killing so
Just took it
much,
all like a man.
not
Like a
dying.
man.
And I think that is the
Gonna
end
learn
of the
today.
round. So we see the Seraphon
Oh,
player.
well, there's the GG
There's
bomb.
the GG.
I don't
We
think so. They played it out. I don't think so. Then Seraphon scored the 2 points for
no, I don't.
7.
They score 1 because the Chaos Warrior is still
Oh,
alive.
Chaos Wars. He left the Chaos Warrior alive. Why?
I don't know.
I think okay, surely he kills it, right?
I only asking if the Skinks are still on the table. Those two, um, because that could. They're talking about secondaries, so it's a 17-3
How?
because Paul wins the game, gets 1 secondary, but doesn't get the other one, and he doesn't deny the Seraphon's
Oh, this is
turns.
final score. Yeah. So
Yeah,
okay.
this is
Yeah.
final
So
score.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah. So
17-3,
actual primary points. It's actually going to be
8 to 13.
yeah, 8 to 13. Yeah. Let's just put that on the screen for good measure.
So that was our second game of today, and we will be joining you with one more game. We will take a little break
Yep.
just to relax, get the table fixed because there's
Oh boy.
still a little line on the
Yeah,
bottom
it's
of the
bothering
screen,
me.
and it's really bothering. But that we will see at the end of the day. Let me get the timetable here
Mm.
to see when we will be back.
I can see
Uh,
that on the screen as well. So see, timetable
mm.
is 16:45. So it's a quarter to 5.
16:45. In about half an hour,
Yeah,
we
in
will be
about.
back with you guys with the third game of the day going on
Yeah.
focal point.
Corn victory.
Khorne victory. Yeah. When Archean came in
He
and
came
killed
with the
a
sword,
lot.
man, the Slayer of Kings, and he just judo chopped them both.
Yeah, but he killed so much in the Seraphon's turn and then stayed alive. That's really what
Yeah.
won the game
Yeah.
with the charge of the Chaos
I mean, those
Warriors.
Chaos Warriors, they came in there, man. They came in around the back.
Mm. Yeah, so everything was defending from Archean, and then
Just
there was
came
a
around the
gap for the
back.
Chaos Warriors to go through, and then they went, and then they got the victory.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great game. I didn't think Khorne would take it, but he took it.
I thought Khorne would take it,
They done took it.
because Khorne was the army that had a chance to go to the other side,
Yeah.
and the Seraphon had a really hard time
I
going
thought
to do that.
I legit thought Serathon were gonna just shoot down Archon, and then they were gonna just send wave after wave of skinks. But they had to. Arkin came in, didn't die. He had to put skinks in the way, and so
Yeah.
Arkin kept slaying the skinks, and then he didn't have any skinks left to put on the other objectives, and then the Kills is backed up into his objective.
Yeah,
That
and
was it.
then the one stayed alive and denied him the point for an extra point, so winning with 4 points.
That was a fun game.
No, winning with more
That
points
was a fun game.
difference. Yeah.
So we'll see you guys in a bit.
Second
Half an
game,
hour.
really good
All
game.
right, tune in for the third game, final game of this day. It's going to be another great game. I assure you, I'll bet money on it.
We'll see you
Soon as I
later.
check in with my wife. Hey, all right, see you guys in a bit, guys.